I was just thinking of a way of just being like, acting like it is fucking, I don't know, the week we were supposed to do the podcast.
Hey guys,
welcome back. March. It's only been 1 week. It hasn't been a month or anything.
It hasn't been 3.
Literally, just 7 whole days ago, the streamer awards happened. It's so current and in the news.
You're right, dude. You're so fucking right.
Yeah, what a sick event. I'm so glad that the Streamer Awards was a thing that just literally happened. It sucks that it happened the day we did the podcast just last week.
Can't think of one thing that's happened since the Streamer Awards.
Yeah, absolutely not. There's nothing else. Like Ludwig winning Streeter of the Year. How out of pocket was that?
It's almost as if the event was organized by his fucking girlfriend.
And also, it was based around the awards were based off of votes.
Yeah,
it's a popularity contest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even though like, okay, did you see any of the event?
Well, you know, Hassan viewers don't vote.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why Mizkif somehow won best just chatting, even though Mizkif's entire bit is like sitting there and just scrolling through YouTube and yelling at his chat with like a cute girl behind him. How long were you there for? 2 weeks?
Just 1 week.
Just 1 week?
Yeah, so I left. So I left the previous Saturday, and I got back this past month.
Okay, so it just was like you left the day we were supposed to do the podcast, and then you got back the next day you were supposed to do the podcast. So you were just
I thought, Ian,
yeah.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to tell the story.
You thought you were going to get home from the airport?
I thought I was going to get home from the airport. So my flight, I was scheduled to get back home at like 7 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? Ian might be out. It's Saturday night. Ian might be doing something. I don't know. But if he's not, I'll shoot him a quick text. We can see if we'll do the podcast. I'll shoot him a text maybe when we land or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that was going through my brain. And then at 1 p.m. on the day of my flight got canceled. My flight home, excuse me. From Air Canada. And then Air Canada's like, okay, don't worry, we'll put you on another flight. We got it, automatic. We love it. But it's Air Canada Rouge, which is the cheaper Air Canada.
Yeah, it's the Spirit Airlines of Air Canada.
It's the less good Air Canada. And Air Canada, if you're sitting in coach like I was because I'm not rich, already if you're a thick-bootied individual like myself, already sitting in coach not that great. So on the way down, I was lucky enough to have emergency exit row. So, nice. But the still skinny seats. So I was like, I accidentally bumped my leg against the thing and leaned back into the person behind me a couple times by accident. I was like, oh, sorry. But yeah, just because my fucking beautiful thighs were pillowing up against the thing. But on the way back, we were Air Canada Rouge. But that flight, for the same reason that the first flight got canceled, which was that there was a thunderstorm, that flight was delayed by 3 full fucking hours. On top of being canceled and having to wait a few hours for the next flight. So, like, fuck that. So I walk in the door of my home at fucking 1 a.m.
It's like, isn't it like a 3-hour flight?
It's a 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah, jeez. I'll sit in an uncomfortable chair for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad to sit in the chair for 2.5 hours. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like, I'll never take the fucking flight again. It's just annoying on top of everything, right? To have to wait that long. So I was sitting in the airport for fucking ever, obviously. Because again, like, I was like, okay, we'll be there on time for our new flight. Or because me and my uncle came back at the same time. Because my family, before COVID, used to do a Florida trip like every year. Since I was like 10 years old. So we'd like rent a house, you know, so we'll cook dinners some nights, but it's just like nice to relax in the sun and swim in a pool and fucking, you know, go to malls, get good shopping in and just, you know, drink. It's fun to do. But yeah, so me and my uncle ended up on the same flight back. Derek and Emily came down as well, but they came back on the Thursday because they didn't get the whole week off. But yeah, so that flight on the way back sucked. Emily picked me up from the airport too.
What?
Emily's the one who picked me up from the airport because she got home earlier She got home on the Thursday, and I got home Saturday evening.
That's nice of her.
It was very nice. I still have some U.S. cash, aka fake fucking paper money.
That's worth more than our fake fucking paper money.
Hey, at least our money's on good quality paper. U.S. money's on like fucking
ours isn't on
paper.
paper; it's on plastic.
Well, it's like a paper pallet, plastic. There's like some paper in there. I worked at a bank. Source, I worked at a bank for almost 5 years.
Source, I made it the fuck up.
But I mean, American money is like printed on fucking toilet paper.
It's a cotton blend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to really remind you where they come from.
Damn, Ian, that's fucking cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why ours? No, I'm trying to make some connection.
Ours are built on Native American tears.
Yeah. Did you know that? You probably know because I'm sure I told you a million times.
Yeah.
Canadian money is scratch and sniff in certain spots.
Yeah, on the leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have Canadian money, first of all, rinse it before you put it up to your nose because you don't know where the fuck it's been. Mm-hmm. Because it's money, just like American money. American money.
The difference is you can actually wash Canadian money and not have to launder it.
Yeah. American money, you put water on it and it stops working. But also, almost every $1 bill has at least somebody's load in there. Mm-hmm.
Or also, every $1 bill you've ever come across was definitely touching a stripper at some point.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Yeah.
It's probably the least gross thing that your $1 bill has touched.
I don't know. Because stripper poles have like a fucking like grease around them.
That's just fucking pussy meat, dude.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want when I touch a fucking $1 bill to be like, this has been in some stripper's pussy.
There are worse places it could be.
Yeah.
Again,
stripper's butthole. Stripper's butthole.
A non-stripper's butthole.
A male stripper's butthole, but his thing as a male stripper is he's not like a Chippendales. He's like a bear, so you know there is some
heterosexual man's butthole.
Yeah. Who could also be a stripper.
No, I feel like if you're a man and you're a stripper, you're going to keep yourself more clean.
I think you go Chippendales route.
Right? Like, I think you probably, like, use a bidet, use enemas.
Or
like
they would be, or like a bear.
You got a more pristine butthole.
Chippendales was like, we need to, like, some women don't like hairless dudes. So what we're going to do is allow one of you to grow your chest hair out. And it's just like a guy with, like, a single line.
Dude, like mine.
You have a lot more chest hair than I'm saying, like the dudes who get like a tiny bit. Line. Yeah. Just like that, they only get like the treasure trail and shit. Yeah.
I get a good amount of treasure trail, but I think I've taken my shirt off on camera before.
I don't know, maybe.
Almost certainly. But yeah. Streamer Awards happened.
You know what you didn't do though? Which is what I've been waiting for the whole time? What is this, Nathan?
Oh fuck, it's the Medio Podcast! It's a weekly podcast in which myself and my friend Ian, we talk about all the latest news and we talk about video games and movies and television, and we're like we're not your fucking daddy's nerd culture podcast because we hate nerd culture shit, but we do it anyways because it's hard to think of things to talk about every week that are interesting that aren't just like Marvel. Sometimes you just gotta talk about Marvel. There's so much fucking Marvel. Mm-hmm.
And when you said you saw your grandma, your dad's or whatever, it just makes me think of fucking
the radio ad.
No, Eric Andre show. This ain't your grandma's pizza ball. Time for a pizza ball.
Time to deliver a pizza ball.
Literally, there is nothing.
I thought you were talking about the 4chan post where it's like, you're listening to 86 FM. This ain't your grandma's rock and roll. This is all heavy rock, baby.
What's funny about this? I don't think FM stations go that low.
Huh?
I think FM starts at 87.
What did I say?
You said 86.
Oh, damn.
No, but I mean, I think it's just funnier to put it like that.
Yeah, sure.
It's like if you're like 108.1, it's like it only goes up to 107.9.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about like Indie 88.
Yeah.
A local radio station that
it's definitely on 88.1.
Does not follow its own fucking like style guide anymore. I was listening to it the other morning and they were playing The Weeknd.
So, yeah, sometimes they'll play more straightforward stuff.
Yeah. If it's over 5 years old, they're just like, fuck it, pop music is indie now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, the streamer awards.
Anyway, the punchline to the radio station bit is
this is your dad's radio station.
Yeah, and then it plays "Radioactive" by Imagine Dragons.
Did you? I assume you didn't watch.
I didn't watch this.
Did you see anything about it?
I saw that Hassan was there.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the fit?
I don't remember. It's been 3 weeks.
Hassan showed up like a dude from LA who's trying to buy he's trying to buy a ranch in Austin and decided to dress like a Texan. So he's wearing like this leopard print jacket, and you know how fucking Hassan stands. His shoulders are fully back. He's like as wide as a fucking truck.
Yeah.
And it's like leopard print shit. He's wearing like one of those cowboy shirts, you know, that have like the lines across it, and a bolo tie.
Yeah.
And then jeans.
Is he wearing the Nick Cage in Lost Highway fit?
I have no idea. But yeah, it was actually the fashion part of it. I really enjoyed because it was the people who actually like went for something, went for it. They were just like, oh shit, look at this like outfit. A lot of people went with the turtleneck and chain.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick Cage was not in Lost Highway. I was thinking of Wild at Heart, and this is the Nick Cage in Wild at Heart fit.
I think you're just what you went off. That's a snakeskin jacket.
Yeah.
There, wait. I'm gonna
the Nick Cage in and Wild at Heart fit. By the way, it was the inspiration for Majima from Yakuza.
Yeah. So Hassan's fit was just really in the middle there.
Yeah, I mean. He was looking pretty good.
I didn't hate it. Apparently, there's this one video that like got all the stuff together like in a good way, like so you don't have to like parse through an hour 45-minute video. And the dude was like, "I think Hassan looks bad," and the girl is just like, "I don't know, he looks good."
Oh yeah, I saw that Critical sent the 2 guys on TikTok that pretend to be him.
Yeah, which was a good bit.
That is funny.
Especially when they won.
Yeah. This is like if a fucking motorcycle wearing bandana.
This is the greatest moment of my life. Better than Nikaido, avocado, whatever shit. Better than other things. Better than when I got my second Moby Huge and sat on it for 24 hours. It's like, I get the bit.
Yeah. I
don't think it's that funny. But I think it's good.
You just say things that he would say.
Yeah, but I think the funnier part about it is that I listened to the Yard, Ludwig's podcast, and also the bald guy who did the red carpet was one of Ludwig's boys.
Yeah.
It was also roommates with Cutie, who ran the event.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about them, and if you walked up to them and tried to talk to them at night, they wouldn't drop character. They were just critical the whole time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One of them's Joel Haver.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so it was a fun event. It was kind of cringe, but it's like they're not no matter even though streamers go into like the haha they're funny category, streamers aren't comedians.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not funny people. I would say the funniest streamer that I know of there is like Germa, but Germa's funny in like with concepts he does.
I think like there are some streamers that are better at doing comedy, but yeah,
like Will Neff I think is hilarious. I think Austin Show is very funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched their show they do on G4, Name Your Price?
I watched the one where they had my VTubers on there.
Yeah. It's just that I just really like the bit that it's a 70s game show that's like is just super trash.
Yeah.
And that and they do a lot of like Austin's in the closet jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just they're just both really funny guys.
Yeah.
But like Cutie and Maya are not super funny, and they're kind of like we're weird and awkward, like definitely very nervous to be there.
Yeah.
Like hopefully I think Cutie said she wanted to do this next year with but a whole new guest list.
Yeah.
Like pretty much like Ludwig would probably be there again, but I don't think she would let him be like he already won Streamer of the Year.
Yeah.
If he's still as popular as he is next year, he would just get it again. Like give someone else a chance to win it.
Yeah, come
sort of
on.
thing.
Let the 6 consoles, 10 fucking PCs.
Yeah, if XQC is nominated next year, he's going to get it because he is like the second most popular streamer.
Yeah.
And I think he's the most popular on Twitch now.
Fucking dog cam, fucking cat cam.
10 consoles. That is, he's so funny.
Yeah.
Every single time I
He's
see
ridiculous.
XQC, I'm like, holy shit, man.
Dude, I don't want to watch any of his content because I just want to see the clips of him going fucking weird.
When he goes monkey mode? Yeah.
Because, again, like, I have no idea what the context is for that clip. I just think it's funny. Like, it's just, he's like a weirdo. And then I saw fucking, Luca, one of the male VTubers for Ninja Sanji EN, because of course I'm like way deep in now. All I watch is fucking VTubers on YouTube anymore. Yeah, which is good actually. It's good for my sanity. But Luca, who is an Australian VTuber, a part of Ninja Sanji EN, did the fucking impression of it so fucking good. Yeah. Like first of all, to warm up, he just did like it's fucking bullshit. Like,
got to get that French Canadian accent going.
Dude, fuck. And then he just did it, and he did it perfectly.
Yeah,
like, which is crazy.
I think he might have the worst fans, though.
Oh yeah.
He has like because all his fans are like children. They're like assholes as well. Or they think it's funny.
Is the official or like does he officially call his fans juicers?
I have no idea.
Is that just a thing other people say?
When I was listening to The Yard, one of the guys, Slime, who did the red carpet, the bald dude for the event, he plays a lot of Valorant.
Yeah,
and he would be doing ranked matches, and he was like, "I don't want to play with children.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear a 14-year-old ever again." He was telling the story about how like this kid was like roasting him and shit or whatever. And then he started doing like the and he's like, great, he's a fucking juicer too. Yeah. I have no idea where juicer is from. It doesn't really fit with anything he did.
Juicer I feel is a reference to doing steroids. That's like what I think of juicer.
Yeah.
And so I just think the concept that every person who watches XQC does steroids is funny to me, and I don't really want to change my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think the Streamer Awards could be like a really fun event. I think
all Hassan fans do mushrooms. That's just what that is.
And jerk off to Hassan.
Yeah.
If you're a tier 3, if you're a Hassan fan, you're just a tier 3 sub.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think next year it would be better to get like an actual host, someone who is more confident in being in front of people.
Someone who
like I don't want to be.
Is there anybody who like has a foot in the streaming world and in sort of a hosting or stand-up comedy world?
Will Neff.
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe not him, but like
Austin as well. Austin, not really, but he is like, the show Name Your Price.
Yeah.
G4 has like a slot on TV again.
Yeah.
Like they're on a channel. That show gets edited down and put onto the channel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like they take frequent commercial breaks for actual commercials to play. Because if you go watch it on YouTube when it's live, there's no commercials. It's that they're doing that so that they can easily break it up for TV.
They also, by the way, I was going to say, Ron Funches does Twitch streams and is
T-Pain. I think he would be too expensive, but T-Pain for sure. He has he's done a lot of stuff. He's very good at it. I don't think Hassan is very funny, but I think he could do a hosting
Hassan
job.
Can be funny, but
I think Hassan's funny moments are his like full-on rage shit.
Yeah.
Where he's like just screaming at chat. But he doesn't like make jokes very well. I think it was cute that Hassan's brother came to the stream with him.
Yeah.
The Streamer Awards. He just dressed in a normal suit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ludwig could also host. He's not very, or like in one of Ludwig's boys. Like it had to be like someone big enough. Not Germa. He stumbles over his words too much.
Yeah, most streamers, the problem is they don't like go outside.
Or if they like, they're like introvert.
Get me
extroverts.
to do it. I'll fucking host the Streamer Awards. I'll be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's fucking get going.
I think pair of hosts are always better though as well. But like, get two people. Like, okay,
Like just throwing it out there, like maybe
the medieval podcast. I don't know.
Ian's, maybe I think like we're really like proven to have like a pretty good like chemistry. Just like a thought. Like I don't know. Wouldn't that be funny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like just actually. I think if you say like if they go with what I said and keep it with like a duo, like two people to host. One of my favorite podcasts that I'm so sad is like still over right now was Fear and Malding,
right?
Which was Hassan and Will's podcast. I think they're very funny together.
I think the problem with them like is it's like improper for the host to be someone up for the award. Is my thing. So like,
Will doesn't stream enough. Like he was at the event because he's a big name now, but he's like because he's on Attack of the Show. He does name your price with Austin, and then he's like a frequent he was a guest in all like the special streams they do. But he's just like I know he is a streamer. I know he has merit, but since he has like a day job right now, it feels like he's just their friend that they hang out with.
Yeah.
So. Just someone who's like well-spoken, has a grasp of comedy, and not their comedy being like super loud or ragey, like actually having jokes.
Yeah.
They could be good. I also thought it kind of sucked. I don't understand how. I don't know how popular Code Miko streams are actually.
She's very popular. She like shot up in popularity.
Yeah, but I just feel like she won the award.
What
she won Best Virtual YouTuber against like Nanners, Vebe, and Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse should have won.
Yeah,
especially with the subathon recently.
It felt like she like Code Miko won because she was there,
and she could like physically be there.
Yeah, where like Nanners doesn't like to go out in public. Vebe is like I don't know Polish or something.
She lives in England.
She lives in England.
Yeah,
but you know that fucking accent.
She is Polish.
Yeah.
It lives in England.
And Iron Mouse Iron Mouse could live in California.
I think
but it's just she can't go out.
She lives in Puerto Rico, doesn't she? I don't know. She is Puerto Rican.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But
her internet seems to be too good to be in Puerto Rico.
She can't leave the fucking house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a really funny one actually was so Mango won best Smash player or whatever.
Well, that's its own category.
Best Smash. Well, Leffen, HBox, they all stream.
Yeah. The same 4 people.
There was someone else as well whose name I can't remember. But Mango was I don't know. I feel like this is a shitty move. Like I'm not Mango.
I get why. It's because Ludwig is from the Smash community.
Yeah. No, but like. Well, it's not Ludwig's event. He had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
and
that
was actually bothering.
To do it. He just lived with the fucking person who organized it.
Yeah, people kept, because he has like money, and it's like they're together. People kept walking up to Ludwig and like thanking him for the event. He's like, I didn't do anything. This is all cutie.
Right. Yeah. Yes, but hey, I'm not saying she didn't run the whole event. I'm sure she did. But she also literally lives with that person.
Oh, also
the idea that he wouldn't have any influence over what categories are on there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that. But and her 3 other roommates.
Yeah,
Slime, Aiden, and
I think they all
Nick,
are from.
They're all Smashers.
They
used to work at Beyond the Summit, which is like a big FGC organization that was mostly Smash. Yeah.
That just isn't around anymore, right?
I think they're still around, just not as much.
Yeah.
Because also those 3 guys all worked for Beyond the Summit, and then when Ludwig started doing like mogul merch and shit, he scouted them all away to come work for him instead. Mango won. He is like close friends with Cutie and Ludwig, and he just refused to go to the event. Like if I had an event and you were just like, no, I'm not going, I'd be like, why?
Yeah.
Just show up, hang out. It's people you know. It's your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't show up. But HBox went up and accepted the award on his behalf.
Yeah.
And and HBox just said "fuck Nintendo" in front of like 300,000 people.
Yeah. Because
Nintendo is being a little shithead.
True.
Yeah, and being like, Ultimate's the only game we care about, and we're gonna actively shut down other events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which one of those things is fine if you're the company that is entirely within your jurisdiction, not really something I can be like, fuck you for. The other one isn't.
Which one?
I think them being like, we're not going to contribute if you want to set up fucking tournaments of this older game that we don't support anymore.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
But shutting them down.
Shutting them down is the dick move. Saying
Yeah.
we don't really want to get involved with that. I don't think that's a dick move. Whatever. Like,
I think that's...
if you're like, we'll only support Smash Ultimate tourneys, it's like, okay, that's fine. You know, I
then
don't
to
give a fuck.
turn around and also be like, we're actively going to stop the other tournaments. It's like, all right, thanks,
that's
man.
shitty.
Yeah.
Nintendo is allowed to say not want to port old games to their new systems, but shutting down emulator sites is shitty.
Yeah. I think it's super funny, though, the duality of man with that shit. I see so many people who, like, go like, ports are fucking stupid, stop with this remaster shit. Anyways, when's Melee getting ported to the Switch?
Right. It's like I believe in game preservation, but the problem is, like, I also think there are, you know, we've seen in the last fucking 5 years, 10 years, so many remasters and so many ports
of games that were like not even old, games that are still very accessible.
Yeah.
Like The Last of Us.
Well, okay. I think the first Last of Us, the remaster to PS4, was smart because PS4
fine.
couldn't
And
play
also,
PS3 games.
it's an up-res. It's just literally moving it from one. It was already at the peak of the PS3.
That's it. By the way, that's the one that popularized remastered, because it used to be you'd call it an HD version, but when you're porting games from HD to more HD, we needed to come up with the word, and then we came up with remaster.
Well, remastering already existed as a term for music.
Yeah.
Because you remastering something is like going in and redoing all the instrumentals and like combining them in the exact same way, so it's on a cleaner, more transferable thing. Like when we lost like 100,000 masters of like classic songs or something in the past,
something like that,
because there was a fire at a Universal.
We lost a bunch of movies for the same reasons.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really old movies from the silent era that are just completely lost because old film was made on celluloid.
Yeah.
And that shit burns super easily. So a lot of old movies just like warped or are completely inaccessible.
Yeah. Where now it's like
even fucking recent movie Perfect Blue. If you are to buy the highest definition version of Perfect Blue, it is still based on the not on the original film, because it was just like thrown away, but it's based on like a home video version that's been up-resed. Which yeah. Like they did a great job. They did all they could do for the newer Blu-ray. Like it looks pretty good, but you can still see like the artifacting.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yep.
That was the Streamer Awards. It is nice that they did like it.
We'll talk more and more interestingly about it when you let us host next year.
Just put the mouse next to you.
I
like
know.
You normally do.
Okay. Ugh. But yeah. Next up, we got you see the Miss Marvel trailer?
I did not.
Oh, it's cool. Okay, I'm gonna play it and then.
I was just gonna open it on my phone.
Well, too bad. I'm gonna play it on the fucking TV because we got. The
I literally didn't hear about it. I the day it came out, or like the day after, I went and did archery with George. We talked about it. Also, he's trying to like get me to go do archery by calling me Hawkeye.
Yeah. Because
my first time going, I got like 15 bullseyes.
Way to go, brother.
Yeah. Ew. I'm sorry.
What?
I just said ew when she appeared on screen. Not because she's brown, because she's a woman.
Okay.
Kamala. Yeah. Ew, what is this? Euphoria, but unrealistic? How old is she supposed to be? Like, what
She's
grade
supposed to be,
is
I think,
this?
in junior year.
So,
grade 11.
she looks too young for that.
She is older than that.
I know. But like
she's
she
from
looks,
Brampton. They scouted her, and she's from Brampton.
I know, but I'm just saying it looks like she
looks very young. Yeah,
she looks very young. I think the outfits they're putting her in, which I'm a fan of people making kids look like kids, but she looks like a middle schooler to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like changed her powers in this, right?
They did. She doesn't.
She doesn't embiggen anymore.
It's like a bit more gooey ooey. I think to fit with the aesthetic of Captain Marvel and Photon.
Yeah, the other Marvels.
Yeah.
Blinded by the Light's a good song.
I like they recreated that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could be like obviously it's Disney. I hope
Yeah.
the CG is better than Moon Knight's CG. Because it's gotta be.
Moon Knight's got alright CG.
I haven't watched the second episode.
Okay.
I think the first episode has some because I said it to my roommates, and then Ryan went and watched it. He was like,
"There's some
right.
weird compositing in it."
But it's like the CG like giant. You know, we'll just talk about Moon Knight.
Khonshu?
Yeah, we'll talk about Moon Knight later.
Well, yeah, he doesn't look. I mean, it's hard to make that look real.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think they did successfully make him look creepy. He's got a lot of interesting details.
I think it's going to be easier with Miss Marvel though because it's since energy is like something we don't. Really
also
have a
like it's already
of.
it's already pre-programmed because it's like the color the way the hands look in that trailer looks just like what it looked like when Maria Rambeau went through the thing in WandaVision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Doctor Strange has a lot of new stuff coming out. Speaking of WandaVision, because like they have a bit where you see the kids. They're kids from WandaVision.
Remember? Yeah, you mean the trailer that came out yesterday?
The trailer that came out a couple weeks ago. There's like been a bunch. They've been putting out because we're getting closer, so we're seeing like little TV.
Well, because of another thing, they put out an IMAX trailer. Recently,
like
which was just the actual trailer, but like 4K. And
it's with the IMAX aspect ratio.
Okay, yeah, sorry, but like it was because they were playing it in movie theaters at that point.
Yeah.
For some fucking movie that I saw that I can't remember, the Batman. It was playing before the Batman.
Yeah.
And then you got Morbius being a massive flop.
What do you mean, dude? It's the biggest movie of all time.
Oh,
It got
right.
200% on
Martin Scorsese was like, "This is actually a great movie."
Yeah. Martin Scorsese would be like, "But this one." I do love that meme where it's like Sony doesn't know, or there's no good comic book movies. Same motherfuckers on April Fool's seeing Morbius. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Mads Mikkelsen was recently in an interview.
Yeah.
Talking about for Harry Potter. Because he's the villain in the new Harry Potter movie.
You mean in the new Fantastic Beasts? And
I don't fucking care. It's a movie. Oh yeah, here I'll call it something else. A book series by trans haters.
Yeah.
By Radfem.
Yeah. Book. Not the first, last, or best which school book, but just happening to be the most popular.
Yeah. So he was in an interview where he just said method acting is bullshit. What if the movie sucks?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go through all this.
Matt Mickelson is so good. Robert Pattinson said the same shit.
You're gonna do all this being an absolute dickhead, like fucking weirdo. You're gonna spend 2 years preparing for a role where you act like a serial killer just for the movie to suck. Get over yourself.
Yeah, dude, Matt Mickelson is good.
Yeah. Love that. Robert Pattinson, great too.
Yeah, his was good too. He's like,
I like actors.
You ever notice how nobody fucking method acts as a good person?
That's more. You started New Zealand, and then when you said person, it ended in British.
I did it on purpose. That's absolutely not how he sounds.
Yeah.
He has like a very slight accent.
Yeah.
And I decided to just be New Zealand Australian.
Yeah, you know what's fucked up?
It's because I wanted to say. It's because I wanted to say method acts.
You know what's fucked up to me? Fucking Thor: Love and Thunder is supposed to come out in like a few months, and we know nothing about the movie.
I keep seeing these fucking articles people are writing. It's like Thor: Love and Thunder breaks an annoying MCU record because the Spider-Man also like had its record closest to release to show any trailer.
Well, okay, the release date is supposed to be July 2022.
Yeah,
we are getting too close to the release date where they can delay the movie. So I think what they're gonna do is because
I think they'll just probably put the trailer in front of fucking Doctor Strange.
Exactly,
or it's one of those things where the Doctor Strange directly influences Thor: Love and Thunder.
So if you have like a scene in the trailer where it could spoil something for something else.
Because the Doctor Strange trailer, obviously the first trailer for Multiverse of Madness, also came fairly close to release because it was in the post credits of fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah. I saw this. So
that movie was supposed to come out in March until fairly recently.
So a lot of people on Tumblr love to talk shit on Marvel movies because think they're just like bad and they're
also
not
like
very well acted and whatever.
Fair. It's
no, totally fair criticisms. Yeah. But then it was like someone really people in interviews have been talking about recently where it's like they don't even act against other people sometimes. They're just literally on green screens.
I hate that.
So I hate it too. And they get like pages. They just get like a mild context for how they're supposed to be feeling in scenes and shit. Yes. And then it's the person at the bottom was like, holy shit, maybe they're all better actors than we thought.
Yeah.
Because that's incredibly hard to act against nothing.
In Infinity War, when you saw all of them doing interviews, because like Infinity War was big, Tom Holland was talking about acting across from nobody and not learning until the day that the person he was supposed to act across from, not knowing on the day. They didn't tell him till after he shot the scene that the character that he's in the same scene as is fucking Star-Lord. Like, how the fuck is he supposed to do good acting?
Yeah.
He's in a big green room, and
was he even aware that Star-Lord was like holding a gun to his head? Like, was that also fucking fully CG?
I have no idea. Like some of the more recent Marvel movies, I've appreciated like people being in the same room as each other a bit more frequently.
Like the TV shows.
Yeah, the more TV shows.
That's why Hawkeye felt really good.
That's why
Jeremy Renner is like a super weak actor. And
I think Jeremy Renner does have some talent.
I'm not saying he has zero talent because clearly the Hurt Locker exists. Yeah. But like what I'm saying is that I don't think he's as talented as some of the other people. And
he's also just a much less charismatic man.
And he's just like it's
clearly. But in Hawkeye, he shines.
Yeah, because he gets to act directly opposite people.
Yeah, and he has someone who I think is an extremely talented actor who just is somebody who, as far as I'm aware, just gives a lot to their scene partners. It's Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
And her and Florence Pugh have such good chemistry in that show.
Yeah, I still have a problem with Florence Pugh's like accent she does. I kind of want her to like, in the next thing she comes out, just walk in speaking
and
like
just speak with her natural British accent.
Where she's like, I was on a job for like the last 2 years or something, and I just kind of like how it sounds. Just do some dumb bullshit like that. Where she. Just
I like how they had. They were pretty smart, I think, even though people make fun of her for it, even though I think it's a fine accent, is Elizabeth Olsen's Sokovian accent. Sokovia is not a real country. It's a Eastern European accent. But I think she does a really good job in Age of Ultron. It's very thick. In Civil War, it's a lot less so.
Because she lives in America now.
Yeah, and so you see like her accent lower and lower. And then in WandaVision, when she's in the show, she has like an American accent.
Because she's supposed to be like an American on TV.
And then when it breaks, or when she's really mad, you get the very thick accent. And I think she's doing a lot of acting through it, which I think is interesting. But I know that kind of thing's hard. I think Florence Pugh is a great actor. I don't mind her accent either, but I don't know. Some people get annoyed by certain accents.
Me.
Yep. But I wouldn't want her to do her British accent either, because I don't think it would fit the character.
Yeah, I am curious. No one's really talking about it, or also I'm not looking because I don't want to see spoilers. Like even like where someone's just like, oh, Moon Knight actually does this in the comics, so this is actually straight up how the story's going to go, and I'm like, thanks. I just want to see. I want to hear how British people feel about Oscar Isaac's British accent.
I've heard mostly good things, especially because it's supposed to be a fake accent.
Yeah, and also it does feel like muted.
Yeah, like people are like it's a pretty decent. Everybody's saying it's a fairly good accent. Like he's doing a good job, but it is played up slightly. It's a little bit more all of a twist.
Yeah.
To it, which I agree with. I think he does a pretty good job in that show, and you should watch episode 2. It's a good.
I'm going to. I just didn't do it this week.
That's okay.
Yeah.
My mom was watching it. She watched the first episode, and she was like, "Yo, this is pretty dope."
It's also based on
interesting and almost completely unrelated to anything else.
Yeah, it's a standalone at the moment.
Can't
wait till like episode 5. Fucking Steve Rogers is here.
Episode 5. Ooh, we got Mantis.
Guardians of the Galaxy crossover for no fucking reason. Whoa, is that fucking America Chavez?
Dude, awesome.
Hasn't even shown up in her own movie
She's
yet.
gonna be cool. Oh, what the fuck? You can just see in the background Jonathan Majors just like walks by.
Actually, I always think those would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Is it's like just to freak out people? There's just a scene where like Jonathan Majors or something just like
Kang's smoking a cigarette.
or like in the fucking like the steak restaurant scene in like the first, if like just right behind him is just very clearly is Jonathan Majors on a date, and it's like what the fuck. And it like has nothing to do, or the woman who played like Lady Loki or whatever.
Yeah,
just
Sylvie.
like Sylvie. If like she was just in the background of the scene as well, just be like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Who fucking they mean nothing to the plot.
That's funny.
So
I'd just love to see like that happen and it not be that person. You know what? No, because that would be like the Quicksilver thing from WandaVision, which made people mad. But I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, but
like,
he actually got like attention. Where I'm saying it's just like they're in the background and there's
Evan
no
Peters is
attention
in
given
the
to
background shooting heroin.
him. Man.
And you could be like, it is Ralph Boner. He got hooked on heroin post WandaVision.
to deal with the stress of having his body taken over. Yeah, so
Ugh, yeah. Anyway, also on another note, speaking on Disney and Florida, fuck Disney for supporting Republicans in Florida trying to and seemingly succeeding at removing the rights of gay people. That's shitty and bad.
yeah.
And Disney has kind of apologized to their own employees, but there's like a big angry thing about it, and I support those employee walkouts and people speaking against it, and I support Oscar Isaac for like totally for like a good amount of time just supporting like gay rights and not really talking about the show on Twitter very much.
Yeah.
For a little while. I think that's pretty clear what he thinks while still trying to remain professional and keep his job.
Yeah. Who the fuck was it? There's some actor. Oh, it's like Rahul Kohli.
Rahul Kohli.
Where he's like, I could never work for Disney because as soon as they did one thing I didn't like, I would tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I think one of that. Something bad happened to that guy recently.
Rahul Kohli?
He just made like a long post about he's stepping away from social media.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just like social media can be
he's
toxic.
He's like older.
Yeah.
I think he's like in his late 30s. One of his parents could have died.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
So hopefully he's doing good.
Yeah.
It's my favorite guy on social media. You see the fucking thing where he started crying because he was working with Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, where he's like, he saw episode fucking 4 and like, he's like, that's what I want to do. And then Mark Hamill's like, well, and now you're here doing it. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm going to skip past this because a lot of this is old news.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Perfect Dark. They've like thrown out these Crystal Dynamics is basically working on most of it at this point. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about like people talking about Elden Ring. I know old news. It's been like a month and a half.
You didn't write that down.
I did. It's that people are talking about Elden Ring is the highest selling new IP.
It's not a new IP.
It's not a fucking new IP. Thank you. Okay, that's what I was mad about.
It's not a new
IP.
I wouldn't like.
It doesn't say Dark Souls on it, but it's in the. It's like that's like
saying it's not in the Dark Souls universe.
It's in the
like,
fucking. It's in the, not in the universe, but it's like that's like saying fucking
new IP should mean more to me.
Yeah. That's like saying Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a new IP. No, the guys who made Castlevania are making a new Castlevania with a different fucking name.
Yeah,
like,
I understand new IP just means like new intellectual property or whatever.
Yeah,
but like Elden Ring,
if we're thinking of like new IP, I'm saying like new IP. You are buying the game. It is like a brand new thing that people are going out and buying.
Yeah,
based on its own merit, like or even the people who created it, but like. Elden Ring, people are buying because it's the new Dark Souls. Like it's not, it's not in
Bloodborne
the
was also in. If you, by
same
that,
thing.
Like it's not a new IP.
No, people call it the Soulsborne series. Like it's all the
the Soulsborne rings,
the Soulsborne rings. Kiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, Sekiro I would say is closer to a new IP.
I would out of all of them. Yes.
Yeah, but it's just like it feels like it should be more.
Yeah.
Like, if you make a fucking Mario-adjacent game,
Yeah.
but that, where everything feels like Mario, but there's no Mario characters in it, it doesn't... That's not a new IP.
Jumpman.
Yeah. Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Or they make a Funky Kong game, but he's no longer related to Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It's... I think there's a lot of really amazing things in Elden Ring.
Well, it's, okay, or like Perfect Dark. Right, like Perfect Dark is a spy first-person shooter made by Rare that came out on the N64. It's not a new IP. It is GoldenEye 2. Like, it is GoldenEye 2. That's all it is. Like, it's not in the same world, but it's literally all the same things, but better, and that's why it's a better game than GoldenEye. Nobody talks about it. Huh?
Dino Crisis.
Dino Crisis.
Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Resident Evil 1.
Yeah. I mean, like... Dino Crisis, I think, is less of a new IP than Devil May Cry, even though Devil May Cry started as Resident Evil.
Devil May Cry is a new IP.
Yeah,
because it totally changed up the entire way the game is.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fixed camera.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Like also Nier.
I would say Nier's not a new IP.
Not a new IP because Drakengard.
Yeah.
Even though I think in Nier, is there actual connections to Drakengard, or are the connections made in Nier Automata?
No, it's in Nier 1, and then some of that is in side content for Nier 1. Like the world guide and like short stories and novellas.
Is it enough where you could just call it references and not connections?
I would say that... Okay, the thing is, when Nier came out, it didn't really like... advertise itself as being the same creator as Drakengard because Drakengard wasn't popular.
Yeah.
So you could argue Nier's a new IP.
All I'm saying is that
I'd say Nier is, you know what, Nier, despite being in the same universe as Drakengard, is more of a new IP compared to Drakengard than Elden Ring to the Souls franchise.
I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say is that you can have references to... I'm not saying Nier is a new IP compared to Drakengard, because especially now, Drakengard and Nier are in like the same world.
Well, they've always been in the same universe.
But they have like... They start... Before it was like the Drakengard story, and then Nier, it was like little references and like connective tissues and stuff. But nothing that was like, I have a bridge from one to the other. But then Automata was just like, no, they're fully together.
If you read all the documents in the video game Nier, you can, and you know what happens at the end of Drakengard, you can go put that together. It was like fully as of Nier 1, they're connected, and then Drakengard 3 has connections to Nier.
I think you need to be totally disconnected for something to be a new IP.
Okay.
Which is why Elden Ring, having referential weapons, and patches.
Okay.
Patches exist in every single Soulsborne game.
I'm saying more that they're the same because it's, you know, not just same developer, but like same, because Drakengard is like it's a Dynasty Warriors. It's a Musou, and Nier isn't. It's like a God of War clone. And then Nier Automata itself is like an evolved version of that. That's I think more unique. But Nier 1 is
a God of War clone. Nier Automata is a DMC clone.
Yeah, and that's why Automata is the better game.
Yeah,
God of War is also a DMC clone. But yeah, like, so that's why I'm like, there's more. Especially there's a less connection, but that's partly just because like Yoko Taro wasn't a famous person.
Yeah.
Like when Drakengard 1 through 3 came out, or 1 and 2 came out rather on the PS2, and also Drakengard 2 is a thing that exists. Like there are 3 Drakengard games, you know what I mean? And Drakengard 3 came out after Nier 1, so like you could argue that they're connected but unique IPs from each other.
Let's just put it this way: new IPs.
Is Kingdom Hearts a new IP?
The first one, yeah,
but it's got Final Fantasy characters in it.
Okay, you got me there.
There you go.
It's a really nuanced thing. I think it's like the RPG versus JRPG thing. Remember that conversation we had where it's just like the only difference is the place they're made, which therefore means nothing because they influence each other now.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, well then like let's say that a JRPG is a genre, then you have to include some Western shit.
Yeah. Or then it's like a third-person shooters and first-person shooters are the same games from different perspectives.
But then you're like, oh, but there's some like there's elements of
a lot of nuance.
Yeah,
and I think the new IP discussion should be if it's a new IP, 90% of the game needs to be totally new.
Here's what I'll stand by. New IP, a thing is a new IP based on why people purchase it. If people are buying it due to the trailers and the hype and the this and the that, that's a new IP. If people are buying it because it's a sequel to a thing they already like, or because it's made by people they already like,
so same director does. If like Dark Souls and Elden Ring have the same director
and the same developer, and they play the same, or not the exact
similarly,
same, but you know what I mean. Like they share a lot of mechanics. Like, you know, if you played Elden Ring and you can point at every mechanic and be like, oh, this is the souls,
Elden
and
Ring,
this is bonfires.
You
they don't call them souls and bonfires.
A sequel can't be a new IP.
Sequel can't be new IP.
And the way that Elden Ring evolves on all of the mechanics from the previous games, it makes it a sequel to the Dark Souls franchise.
Yeah, I think the best argument,
successor to the Dark Souls.
I think
franchise.
The best argument for sequel versus new IP is one that I saw. There was this postmortem written on the PS3 era that I read, 5 years ago at least. And this argument that they made stuck with me. And they were like, what is the best new franchise for this PS3 era? Right? And so
Uncharted.
They were talking about, Uncharted I think is a good pick. But they were talking about, so for example, Red Dead Redemption is double disqualified. Because if Red Dead Redemption is a new IP, it's not a franchise because there's no sequel on the PS3. Or if Red Dead Redemption is a sequel to Red Dead Revolver,
it's disqualified because it's
Red Dead Revolver was on the PS2.
So Halo for the Xbox 360 era
wouldn't be a new franchise
because there's Halo 3
because Halo 1 and 2 were on
Xbox One,
Xbox original, not Xbox One.
The Duke,
yeah, on the OG. So like Halo 3, ODST, and Reach and 4 were all on the 360, but it wasn't new, right?
Yeah,
you know, because they had Halo 1 and 2 on the old things.
Then Halo 5 was the only Halo game
on the Xbox One,
which
exclusively.
is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Also, Halo Wars was on the Xbox 360, and Halo Wars 2, I think, was on the Xbox One.
Yeah, but those are spin-off.
Yeah. Where Uncharted had 3 games that solely existed on one console.
On the PS3. And it was a new IP for the PS3, and it was a whole franchise, and they made sequels later, but that doesn't disqualify it because things happened after. It's only during. So it had to have been brand new during the PS3 gen, PS3, 360, Wii generation, and have more than one game on that console generation.
Yeah. So like,
I think Mass Effect was also like a good contender
for Xbox 360 for sure.
I wasn't just talking about PS3. I just refer to that gen as PS3 gen because that's what I had first.
Because Xbox 360 had
Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And
2 and 3 existed on the PlayStation a lot later.
So 3 came out on both systems at the same time. Mass Effect 2 came out later on PS3 because
it came out after they announced Mass Effect 3 was coming to PS3.
Yeah.
It was originally an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't hold on to it. Or they didn't care to, which was stupid.
Or EA was like, we could make money if we sold it on both consoles.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2 on PS3 because the Mass Effect 1 wasn't there. Mass Effect 2 on PS3 had a lot of new content that like let you kind of do a little summary of Mass Effect 1.
Which then they ported over. They added in to
the Legendary Edition?
No, not in the Legendary Edition. You could buy a thing for like 800 Microsoft points or $10.
Dude, remember Microsoft points?
It was so stupid.
That was so dumb. They didn't even convert well into money.
Secondary microtransaction-based currencies are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It's stupid. God. I hate buying Apex coins in Apex Legends. Just directly charge me for the fucking thing. Because then I always have to buy more.
Yeah. The Microsoft points thing, I think, was a relic of the online game era where you would go to the 7-Eleven and buy a card.
Yeah.
Like Habbo Hotel.
Yeah, so for $10...
Did you ever buy a Habbo Hotel card?
No, I didn't. I wasn't super into it.
I was into it when I was like 11 years old.
Yeah, so after Mass Effect 2 was a huge success and a lot of people missed out on Mass Effect 1, they put out a thing for $10. It was a little game you could have. It was pretty much a save editor.
Yeah.
That you opened up and it allowed you to make decisions
for Mass Effect 1.
For Mass Effect 1. Like, did you let
So
like the Arachnite Queen go in Novaria. Who did you leave to die at the base? Or did you save the council or not?
Yeah, so I never... The thing that was interesting about that is Mass Effect 2 was like a huge success at launch. And then they did some really smart stuff, which is like after launch, they did that demo for Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
Did you... You
played
the first game. So you got in at the first game. So for me, I got in at 2, like I think a larger amount of people did. And so what they did was like, I think 6 months after launch for 2, they put out a demo, and the demo had the entire first level of the game, and you could keep your save from the demo to the main game.
So the one where you met, like just the one where you like
you meet up, you do the ship thing, the ship crash, you create your character, you are in the little like hospital area, it gets attacked, you leave with Miranda and what's his name? Jacob. And so you do that entire level. And it saves your progress if you buy the full game. It keeps your progress. And then, as like a teaser that doesn't keep your progress, you play the level where you get Jack.
That's a pretty good level.
Yeah, right? Like, it's a good level.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best companion recruitment level, but it's up there. The best one's Thane's.
Yeah, but it's like... That's like a really good tease. It doesn't show you all the best things of the game where all of the good shit's in the demo.
Yeah.
But it has enough good shit in the demo where you're like, oh, I'm going to buy this game. And that's exactly what I did. I bought the game and then I carried over my save.
On my Insanity playthrough, I was doing a Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
I've decided the Council in Mass Effect 1
deserve to die?
Don't deserve to die.
Oh.
I think
Ian's done some real growth here.
I have done some real growth. I think I think a lot of this is the flaw with a lot of people that dealing with the game. If you can go and just miss the counselors. Yeah. Specifically, Executor Palin, who is the Turian on the council. Yeah. If you go and speak to him, he is a very well-rounded individual who he is tough on people, but when you actually have a conversation, he's like, I am all for you people joining our council and growing with us and helping to protect the galaxy from outside threats. But you fuckers showed up 500 years after everyone else, and you act like you immediately deserve to be up there. And it's like, that makes sense. Yeah. He's like, he's very smart. He's not just like, he's the biggest dickhead to you, but it's because he's like an old man who has seen a ton of races come through. Like, they just dealt with the Batarians. Yeah. Who like fucked their own chances over by immediately starting a war with the humans. Mm-hmm. And then then you also have to deal with Solarians who are constantly doing horrible things to people. I am the very monolith. And then you have the Asari who just who are just like, I'm better than you because I lived for 1,000 years and I can fuck anything.
And you know what? They're not wrong.
You know what? Hot blue bitches with big tits and maybe massive dicks.
I'm just saying, if you were part of a fucking... I'm not saying I believe in eugenics or in race purity, but I'm saying if you were a part of a race where you could live for 1,000 years and you're all bi or pansexual and you're all hot, yeah, I mean, you know, maybe there is a...
They don't really have a sexuality. They more just have like preferences. Yeah. Where it's like some would be like, ew, a Krogan, where other ones would be like, split me fucking wide open. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like... But anyways, if Liara existed in Mass Effect 2 as an actual companion...
Instead of just as the broker?
Instead of as the Shadow Broker in a DLC... Well, she appears as a broker. Her outfit is bad. She's just wearing like a normal basic NPC dress. Yeah. But then when you go do the Shadow Broker DLC, she's wearing her Mass Effect 3 outfit. Mm-hmm. And she's fucking hot again, and it's like, ooh, baby.
See, I had no concept of that character, so I didn't realize she was like part of the crew.
Yeah, in Mass Effect 1...
But obviously, like, I figured out in 3, but when I played 2, she was just like, why are people paying attention to this NPC? She doesn't seem that interesting.
Did you never play the Shadow Broker?
I don't remember.
Man, that DLC is the best Mass Effect DLC. It's okay.
I think I didn't buy DLC but much back then.
Mass Effect 2 had a really brutal DLC system as well, where if you bought the game pre-owned, you had to go get the Cerberus Network license, which was like $5 to even buy.
I thought that was Mass Effect 3 that did that.
No, that was Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3 did it that you can't play multiplayer without it. Mass Effect 2 fully locked you out of DLC.
That's lame.
Yeah,
I don't buy games used ever. I never really did.
I know. I didn't buy Mass Effect 2 used. I had Mass Effect 2, and I like lost it somehow, or the game like broke, like actually broke in my Xbox.
Jam.
Yeah, so I went to a GameStop, and since I already had all the stuff, I bought it again for like $30. So because I literally played that game back and forth 1,000 times.
Sam.
But I never played anything but a Vanguard or Soldier. Because it's just the other classes aren't interesting enough, especially in Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3, they're amazing, but in Mass Effect 2, it's just like, who knows? You have to play. I think what they need for a Mass Effect 4, especially if they want to do, like, make classes more interesting, make them more diverse. Don't make it just like you can always be running gunman and then you can choose to use your abilities or whatever. Make it like adepts actually have to use their abilities. Same with like engineers. But instead it's like I always just
they do a thing? Other games have done this.
Yeah.
Did they do a thing where your class influences and allows you to have access to secret dialogue?
No.
They should do that.
The only thing they had is that if you are a biotic and you were in Mass Effect 1 when you're learning about Kaidan, because Kaidan was as a child recruited to be one of the first human biotics.
Yeah.
Or like in the first testing rounds, and he has an L2 implant. Because you need like an implant in your brain to allow you to use things. And L2s had a history of going like crazy, or exploding, or like being like having Jack's power, but for like 30 seconds.
Oh.
And then they would die, and then they would like go crazy with power, murder everything around them, and then die. So, but Kaidan is like in control of all of his stuff, but when you're learning about it from Dr. Chakwas in the medical bay in Mass Effect 1, she said, and if you are a biotic, she references that Shepard has an L3 implant while Kaidan has an L2. So it's just like a reference like that.
Just like a one-off or two-off line.
Which also doesn't make sense because Shepard's supposed to feel older than Kaidan. Why would Shepard have a newer implant?
Because he got the implant more recently.
I guess. Yeah, but like...
That's why you start off in your fucking biotic powers or so weak at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I do really like that about Mass Effect. You really do actually start to feel... You feel stronger and stronger throughout all the games. Mass Effect 2, you are at your weakest power-wise.
You mean at the start?
At the start, yeah. But even towards the end, your powers are so limited because they took away a lot of the RPG aspects and just made it like skill trees. Mass Effect 3 is great though. That whole by
the end of Mass Effect 3, you feel really powerful.
Oh man, but halfway through Mass Effect 3, I feel like a fucking god when you're a Vanguard.
Yeah.
I just think it's like
I like that in games.
Vanguard's like the only one that feels different to me
throughout the games.
The other, it has like a drastic different playstyle throughout the games. But I mean, in Mass Effect 3, it feels like I have an alternative to actually how I fight. But like everyone else just feels like a soldier, stronger or weaker. Yeah. So, anyways, that was a weird time to bring up Mass Effect. Breath of the Wild 2 was delayed.
Oh yeah, it sure was.
Yeah. By a year, whatever.
Hey, maybe they'll figure out a title for the game. But
there was like a fucking leaked title.
Breath of my dick.
No, it was like called Breath of the Spirit or whatever. I'm like, that sucks.
No.
Call it Breath of the Wild 2. We're in the fucking clouds now.
Just call it Breath of the Sky.
Oh, that would be good.
Or Breath of the Wind.
Breath of the Wind, yeah.
Like Breath of the Wild, because the main thing of Breath of the Wild is that you're like wild, untamed land.
Yeah.
Now you're in the sky, so call it Breath of the Sky, Breath of the Wind, or Breath of the Air.
But I've been going through it. There was actually a story detail leaked in this new delay.
Yeah.
It's like a 10-second clip of Link like pulling the Master Sword out, and it's like totally destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, another game about reforging the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Which is that's like the story of Minish Cap and like a couple of other ones.
But in the Minish Cap, you forge it for the first time, aren't you?
You get a sword that is like a different sword, and you forge it to be. There's 2 Master Swords.
Oh yeah.
So I think actually this destroyed one might not be.
I want to play Minish Cap mostly because
you should. You have an emulator.
I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. Maybe I'll stream it or something. I don't know.
No. It's really good. It's one of my favorite Zelda games.
Well, I'm just like, the reason why I'm interested in it, and I've said this before, is like it's a fucking Capcom game.
Yeah. People talk a lot of shit about it actually, and I think it's really good.
Yeah.
It does top down like
it's like kind of the first one to be like looking backwards at Link to the Past and like trying to
emulate the style.
But it's not exactly like it's not like Link Between Worlds where it's exactly trying to mimic sort of Link to the Past vibey. It's like Minish Cap is going for kind of somewhere in between Wind Waker and Link to the Past, which I think is cool aesthetically.
I think it has like really slow parts, which do kind of suck.
It's a Zelda game. They all have
unnecessary puzzles. Yeah,
this is literally like every Zelda game.
But there's actually a theory that runs is that the Minish Cap Master Sword you make is a different Master Sword, and that the Master Sword from Skyward Sword, which I think you also forge that one in a way. Well, you upgrade it, you make it more powerful because Fee exists in it throughout the entire game. Mm-hmm. That Master Sword is lost and no one else uses it. But this Master Sword that you've been using is the one from
because Fee never appears again.
Yeah. So in this one, and I think people did hear like little like sounds in the initial trailer. That's like old like maybe it's like Zelda uses the same fucking like shit over and over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, what if this is like Fee in the destroyed sword and you're up in Skyloft reforging a sword? And just also let's get rid of weapon durability, but I still want Link to have alternate weapons.
They're gonna keep I saw the hard drive article based on this trailer was Nintendo hears people didn't like weapon breaking in Breath of the Wild, so they made Master Sword break.
The Master Sword was weird in Breath of the Wild. Did you ever get it?
No, I didn't, because it was very far away, and you needed a lot of hearts to get it.
Yeah, you need 13.
Yeah,
and you can actually glitch it now. If people figured that out.
Of course they did. At the time, though, I was like, "You need fucking that many hearts?"
Because it's a reference.
Hearts.
It's a reference to the first Zelda.
Yeah, I know.
There's a really funny thing. Have you ever seen the glitch?
No, I haven't.
You can go there with any hearts, build a fire next to the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Like, wood, hit it with a fire weapon, or hit some flint next to it.
Yeah.
And you go to wait just for any amount of time, but then when Link's is sitting down and like the screen's going black, you just start mashing A.
Yeah.
And at some point during the black screen, it just says, "You've acquired the Master Sword."
Nice.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't break the flow of the game either. Like, it actually says you've gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anything where it's like, oh, you've glitched it out of its pedestal so they don't talk to you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can't go back and do the DLC that makes it more powerful.
Oh, nice. So you can still do all that stuff. That's cool.
So
I think probably what's happening is that you're triggering sleeping, which rejuvenates your hearts, and pulling the Master Sword, I think, depletes your hearts when you're doing it.
It depletes
right?
it while you pull it, yeah.
Right. So it's that you're gaining hearts and losing hearts at the same speed, and then so you do mash past the 13.
I think it's just that it's like a cutscene pullout, but it's still regarded as a weapon in the overworld. It's just that the game is just like, oh, you grabbed a weapon while you were doing. I don't know. It's some dumb shit. Yeah. You could be right. It could just be like an oversight, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I've been looking at this stuff, at the trailers again, and I'm like, God, you know what? Take all the fucking time you need, because I think the stuff they've already shown
is interesting.
Looks really cool. Well, it's like Link loses his arm, gets that like spirit arm or whatever that was holding like the Ganondorf corpse. I do actually hope that Ganondorf corpse get like reinvigorated and becomes like a fucking super powerful version of Ganon.
I want it to be Ganondorf.
Like I want it to be Ganondorf as well.
I want it to be man-shaped.
I think it would be really cool. Did you ever beat Skyward Sword?
No.
Let me show you a picture of the final villain.
Isn't he a twink?
No, that's his feet.
Oh.
That's the whole thing with Skyward Sword, is that Girahim,
the evil sword.
He is Ganondorf's sword.
Oh.
So when you beat him, after you like kill him or beat him for the last time, you get to meet Demise, and that's Demise. So I'm not saying I want Ganondorf to look like that.
Yeah,
but if he was like a big buff man with like the long
I think that
flowy hair,
some element of that should be included for sure.
Yeah.
Because especially now that you're saying, oh, this one's gonna deal with the sky, the sky element has really only been touched on 3 Zeldas, or this will be the 3rd one, really.
Skyward Sword, Twilight
Princess, and then this one.
Minish Cap.
Minish Cap has a sky thing? Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know Minish Cap had a side thing.
Yeah, because no one cares about Minish Cap except for me.
No, I mean, I've just never played it. Like, I want to. It's one of the more enticing Zeldas to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's interesting. Maybe this is going to be, because as we know, based on the Nintendo timeline, Breath of the Wild is the last game in all 3 split timelines somehow.
They all lead to this point.
They all lead to Breath of the Wild 1, and so the sequel to Breath of the Wild takes place presumably after Breath of the Wild. So this game having that connection with Skyward Sword, which is also canonically the first Zelda game in the timeline, there could be that, like...
Also, I think this is actually going to be a huge combination with not only Skyward Sword. Mm-hmm. There is Twilight, like Twilight World relics everywhere in that trailer. The hand looks like the Wall Master from fucking Twilight Princess.
I was going to say the hand that Midna sends out, but
that too. There's like shapes everywhere around that show off, it has the Twilight Princess.
Can you just 1 second? I didn't like Breath of the Wild. If they show in a trailer that you get the fucking spinning top in this goddamn game, I'm going to be forced to pay $80 whole goddamn dollars.
I really think what this game should do.
Yep.
Is do a Hyrule Warriors-esque thing.
Yeah.
Where you can not only I think you should have a straight sword.
Yeah.
That you use while you were trying to reforge the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Or for some reason you have to power up that sword, or you get both Master Swords. Ooh. And you make them into the legendary Master Sword or whatever.
Yeah.
And Fee is back, but now she's cool.
And you dual wield swords.
That would also be kind of cool, like for a final boss. Like where you're against Ganondorf and you just pull out both.
Yeah.
You do fucking...
Like the fucking...
Sword Art Online. Fuck.
It's okay. It's okay. I think it's going to be cool, dude.
So... Yeah, but I think you should... Bow for sure. Yeah. Always got to be there. It's very important to Link's kit. But I think he should get other weapons. Like, I think you should get a hammer.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like the Megaton hammer and shit.
Yeah.
Or like the ball and chain. That is so useful in puzzles, but usable in combat as well.
I love Twilight Princess. It's so cool.
Like
I feel like Twilight Princess is so, like... And I get why, because I get that, like, there's this elasticity rubber effect where it's like... Wind Waker was so maligned as it came out, and like critically and commercially very unsuccessful, and now it finding that resurgence in the last 10 years is awesome, because Wind Waker is awesome. It's a fucking sick video game. But like,
especially with the quality of life changes, that game is amazing now.
Put the fucking Wii U version of both of those games on Switch, goddammit, Nintendo. But like Twilight Princess, I think it was really well loved when it came out. It was like one of those Zelda games. You know,
I feel like you're getting this backwards, actually.
Where it got all the 10 out of 10s as it came out.
I think critically, Twilight Princess was loved.
Right, as it came out.
And I think Wind Waker was panned.
Yeah.
But people who played Zelda games were like, they got over the aesthetic and were like, wow, actually Wind Waker is really fucking good.
Well, no.
But then people who were in Twilight Princess were like, it's just not Wind Waker.
So I from what I remember from the time period, because like critics at that point were very indicative of the general consensus as well, and like whatever, you can see user data for both games, but they've been tainted by more modern reviews. But whatever, like Wind Waker as it came out, like undersold even. Like it's Nintendo talked about, like you can find numbers where you're like, oh yeah, that undersold for a Zelda game.
Yeah.
And Twilight Princess like had very, very good reception upon release, but in the 10 years since, like Wind Waker has been boosted in how people feel about it, and Twilight Princess has seen more being taken down, which sucks, because I think they're both great games that like just are very different from each other in certain ways aesthetically. But that's why Twilight Princess is the way it is, because Nintendo saw so much loss in sort of people liking it, that they wanted to go the kind of the exact opposite, which is why Twilight Princess is like the darkest looking Zelda game, I guess maybe Breath of the Wild is now, but like at the time, obviously it was like the darkest. And also like it's also in terms of its like world design and form, it's the most similar to Ocarina. But I think it's much better.
It also feels like a direct sequel to Ocarina.
In many ways.
Yeah.
I like it a million times
Especially
more than
when
Ocarina.
you actually do those like things where you like turn into where you fight the guy who teaches you like additional moves.
Yeah.
That guy.
People are like, this is implied to be Ocarina Link.
Yeah, because the Ocarina Link became king.
In one of the endings.
It's in the ending where he defeats Ganon.
And he doesn't...
But Zelda doesn't turn him back into a child. And he stays with her because the canon one is that
there's three. Yeah.
The most canon one for like games that we.
The one from the ending that goes straight into Majora's Mask is that he stays as a kid.
Yeah, that Zelda sends him back in time because he lost like 10 years of his life.
Yeah.
All right, we should move on. It has Breath of the Wild 2, great. Can't wait for it to actually come out. I can wait forever because I'm an adult and not a child.
Yeah. Also, we haven't seen enough to make people like.
I don't know. I was literally actually watching the trailers again, and that was enough.
Okay.
They're so cool.
Okay. PS Plus, they're trying to Game Pass it. It's going to have PS1 and PS2 and PS3 games, and it's going to include Now and PS Plus. It's going to be a whole thing.
That's good. E3's dead.
E3 is dead just this year. They said it's coming back next year.
I don't think so. I think E3 has always been.
We as a society have advanced beyond the need.
Well, yeah, because we have State of Play, we have Nintendo Direct.
Honestly,
and then
PlayStation's not going to be there. Nintendo would just put out a Nintendo Direct at the same time of year anyway. Mm-hmm. The only real big loss would be for like Xbox, Bethesda, which is now Xbox, Activision, which is now Xbox.
Activision didn't have conferences before.
Oh, you're right.
Ubisoft, we're going to lose out on the cringe, but also that Ubisoft can still do a direct thing where all they do is say Assassin's Creed is still coming out.
The biggest loss, I think, would be Ubisoft, and mostly Xbox, but then like
the PC Gamer Show was actually really good last year, but it was a show.
It's so middling generally, and also, again, it's not really an E3 thing. It's like, it's not really a physical show anymore.
Yeah, we could just have like...
You know what? I'll miss Devolver Digital the most.
I will miss that as well. But it's just like, we're past it. E3, everything. I miss conferences. I just want them. I still want like a 40-minute to hour-long.
The PS5 announcements and they had Nina there in the with the developers. That was so funny.
I just think I would around the time of E3 let IGN just do their summer of games or whatever, and like just put out conferences that are like 40 minutes to an hour long where you just show off what you're working on and what's coming up. We have Gamescom a month later in August, or 2 months later. But
Gamescom has become more E3 now. It used to be more like GDCE.
Yeah.
Where like you tend not to see a lot of stuff about GDC, but then game designers that you follow on Twitter are like, dude, I had such a great time at GDC.
Yeah.
I got a beer with Swery.
I was just fucking chilling and Hideo Kojima was next to me.
I saw Hideo Kojima take ayahuasca.
Yeah, so E3 seems like it was way too corporate and wasn't really evolving with the times. It was like evolving backwards.
Yeah.
Where like Gamescom was being more like
Gamescom
consumer friendly, same with TGS, but then you just get fucking E3 being like
TGS is so weird, man.
You got E3 where it's like the first 3 days of our event happen in the middle of the week, and they are for not like non-gamers.
Yeah,
they are for business people.
Because so
sucks.
E3, if you don't remember, was like kind of like CES, like not even like CES,
Consumer Electronic Show, or it was the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yeah, so it was like, all the game designers would go. It's kind of like GDC, but like they would show off things, but it would be mostly to like other game developers, and then like magazines would write up, and then eventually like they realized people would like really care about the announcements from E3, so it became more and more corporate. And then they started letting anybody in instead of just journalists and designers, which like signaled kind of it being more consumery, like buy
Comic-Con.
bullshit, like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
which it kind of became more bullshit, but then it became like much more of a spectacle. So for a little bit there when that happened, you're like, this might have been an improvement for E3.
And then generally it kind of was.
And then it became so much worse and so full of like the worst shit.
And then for like a year or two, they went back to being like exclusive invites, and it was like actually the worst years they've ever had. It's just they didn't make enough money like that, and people who used to go were outright skipping. Nintendo took away all their presents they used to have.
Yeah, they have,
because we lost things like My Body is Reggie.
Yeah, My Body is Reggie.
Yeah. I know what I said.
They had. I think Nintendo still has booths there, but they would do
their Treehouse Live from the floor.
Yeah.
So in like a glass box, they would sit there and they would show you off way too much gameplay of Pokemon. And it's like, wow, this is fucking boring.
That's the problem with that shit, man. It's also like, so I'm excited to see like what we get this summer in terms of announcements, because I'm sure this news came kind of late, so I'm sure a lot of people, there's a lot of shit prepared.
Still probably a preparation, yeah. There's going to be like probably a Nintendo Direct in June. There's still going to be a State of Play around the same time, and Xbox is now probably
there's going to be a random State of Play you find out about a day before, and there's going to be mostly garbage.
Yeah, and then like Xbox will be like, oh, we did one of these during COVID. We'll just do that again.
Yeah.
We'll just put fucking Phil Spencer on stage and have him be like, wow, guys, we built a car around Forza again.
Dude, do you know what? It sucks that E3 was canceled, because I had an idea to do like an E3 bingo thing this year, or an E3... Or like an E3 like bit episode where we both show up wearing graphic tees and a blazer over it. Because I love... There's one thing I love in this world. It's the
Phil Spencer's fits.
It's not just Phil Spencer. Everyone used to do
Everyone shows up looking like Gerard the Completionist. He's on Attack of the Show now, and he shows up like that every fucking
The blazer, I think it's a meme at this point. Like,
I think it's what he's known for.
Yeah.
It's like JonTron looking like shit all the time.
It's like JonTron being racist. It's like, that's
Germo,
what he does.
It's Germo wearing that fucking blue, like that light blue ring shirt. It's like, it's just, that's what, when I think of Germa, that's what I think of.
Yeah. But also just like the graphic tee with the blazer over it is so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
or Hassan wearing literally the ugliest shirt I've ever seen and acting like it's fire.
And also it being fire because he's hot.
Yeah. It's pretty easy for anything to... Hassan is like the quintessential, if you're hot, you can make anything work.
Yeah, you can do anything as a fashion.
Yeah. Like that shirt he wears that looks like a circuit board and just looks like a fucking smock on him. Like, bro, that is horrible. He always wears it with shorts as well. It's like, man, don't wear that.
Yeah, man. But where were you when you found out E3 was dead? E3 was killed. I was at home, eating a Dorito, drinking dew. My friend called. E3 is die. No.
Was that a 9/11 copy pasta?
No, that's the where were you when Club Penguin?
Oh, okay. I was literally about to be like Muslims dancing on rooftops. Yeah, I don't know. I hope the things that we love from E3 just are shows that happen throughout the year.
Yeah,
throughout. Like,
and I think like as much as I enjoy E3 conference cringe and like the people standing on stage with like huge auditoriums full of people and the people who are on stage being like people who are terrible at being on stage. So you know who's surprisingly good at being on stage is Todd Howard.
Yeah,
like you look at that guy and you're like, you don't have charisma. And then he goes out and he's like, no, he's funny. He's like pretty good. He's not a bad host.
Look at like Phil Spencer is like E3 host with no drip and pizzazz. Todd Howard, E3 host with tremendous drip and pizzazz.
It's frustrating how much drip he has because he kind of sucks.
Todd Howard is like if Cliffy B shut his fucking mouth until he was actually famous.
Do you remember when they did that bit that they put Skyrim on the fucking Alexa? That was funny, dude.
Yeah. And it was when
they released
because they didn't have much to show that year. They put it Skyrim on the Alexa and they also put it on that fucking fridge.
Yeah.
And then they fucking put it out that you can get it on that fridge.
Yeah. It was funny, dude. Like, that was like such a good bit. Like, they were like, wow, we're totally self-aware. Also, here's Fallout 76, a game that'll have no problems. It just works, gang. And then it came out and it was great. And everyone liked it.
And then we had a year later, Todd Howard was not present there.
Yeah.
And we had those two guys going like, that's right, we put a battle royale in Fallout 76.
Let's fucking go.
People were like, whoa, in the crowd. And everyone watching was like,
who asked for this?
Who's cheering?
Yeah, and it was all Bethesda employees.
Yeah.
But that was the same year that we had Deathloop and Ikumi Nakamura announcing Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
Which I stand by that being pretty good.
Yeah.
Because she's
It wasn't, and also, was that the year we also had the Andrew WK performance for like Rage 2?
No, that was the year before. That was the year that they announced Fallout 76.
Bro, I fucking love that one because that's like,
get ready to die.
It's so funny because
it's a room full of people who don't get it.
I'm like, yeah, fuck Andrew WK, sick. And then like,
it's a room full of people who don't get it.
It's like, yeah, it's the people who were cheering for the battle royale, going like,
no, that's a different. The battle.
I know it's a different year, but what I'm saying is the front crowd is stocked with people who are like Bethesda fans or Bethesda businessmen.
Yeah, people who put cum in their socks for Skyrim, watching Andrew WK and being like,
yeah,
who? I've never had fun before in my life.
Yeah.
Do you think Skyrim fans are gonna get mad at me for that one?
I don't think there's such a thing as a Skyrim fan.
Fucked.
I'm so over Skyrim. I'm over the Bethesda games right now.
One Bethesda game that I'm going to talk about this week. Once we get into the weeks. You want to just get into the weeks?
I'm good.
All right, I'm going to talk about a Bethesda game called Ghostwire Tokyo that came out 3 weeks ago. I don't know. So Ghostwire Tokyo is by Tango Softworks, the development studio behind Evil Within 1 and 2, headed by Shinji Mikami, although he was not the director on this project.
Can you pass me the thing? I want to show. Okay, so just
great keyboard.
While you talk, I just want to look something up.
Okay.
Because next I'm going to talk about Elden Ring.
Okay.
But I'm going to spoilers, by the way, are coming up for Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
You just Alt Tab. Nope, your keyboard's off again.
If you press the Windows button, because sometimes I like to do the thing where the start menu disappears. So sometimes, you just want to do that. So,
so talk about Ghostwire.
So Ghostwire is very much it's very much less than the sum of its parts, which is frustrating. Ghostwire Tokyo, if you remember when that was announced, is a game with a really good fucking aesthetic to it. It had an interesting pitch, and it seemed fairly unique. And it also, though, had people. Please, you don't have to show the YouTube video.
I wanted to show you.
Okay.
All right, go on.
Okay. So Ghostwire Tokyo, aesthetically really interesting. It's got an interesting take on combat, sort of. It could have been really awesome. It had a lot of potential, let's just say. And I've played it through, I've beat it, and it's just so much less than the sum of its parts, unfortunately. And I think this game probably struggled through development, remembering the fact that it was announced by Ikumi Nakamura, and she left Tango to start her own dev studio before the game came out, a couple years ago at this point now. Mm-hmm. And so, obviously there's been some turmoil behind the scenes, and so the game that came out is getting a lot of interesting criticism because it was very hit or miss. Don't say the joke.
I guess they sometimes miss.
But it's such a fucking old joke. It's like a 4-year-old joke.
Yeah.
But they it's getting weird reviews, and as somebody who's played through all of it, I get it. It's good at so little. It's aesthetically great.
It looks pretty.
It looks very pretty. I like that on the PS5 when it's raining, you can feel it on the vibration on the controller. Ooh. It goes, and you're like, ooh, that's cool. Aesthetically cool setting. Of course, being a Shibuya that's empty of people is cool, right? Mm-hmm. It's also an open world game with a very full map. Mm. It's also short.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a game with chapters. So how many chapters in most games with chapters? How many do you assume there's going to be? 13? You think that's a good actual number?
I think that's I think most stories, or they won't say 13. They'll do 12 and then an epilogue.
Chapter finale, right, or something like that, like Yakuza.
When I think of chapters, I think of that. If there's no act structure, like Gears of War has an act structure, like a 5-act structure.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's 4, and the 5th act is just the final battle.
Yeah.
I usually I think 12 or 13 is normally around.
So this game has 6.
How long are they?
Some of them are fairly short.
That sucks.
Yeah. So chapter 1 is basically just the tutorial.
Yeah.
So you don't really get to do the open world in chapter 1 at all. Chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4 are open world, or where you're in the majority of the game. And then chapters 5 and 6 just go. Like, they just go to the end. Like, you'll get to a door, and it'll be like, this is where your last thing. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be the last thing to the end of the chapter, because there's at least one more chapter in this video game after this one. Nope.
It's just the end?
It's the end. It's just the end. You go through an entire level, and then you go through a second, smaller level that's a boss fight.
That's weird.
Like, it's so weird. And the open world has, like, a lot of elements I don't like. And this is sort of... I'm kind of inherently going to compare this to Dying Light 2, which is the last big open world I got into. It's a smaller open world than Dying Light 2, which I think is good. But it's also a lot less traversable than Dying Light 2. And that doesn't mean this game doesn't have verticality. I think it's really cool that you can climb places, but you can only kind of use this sort of grappling hook move in certain spaces until you get the most expensive upgrade in the game.
Yeah.
Because this game has a stat system, you know, like a skill tree. That's what the words I'm looking for. 3 skill trees based on certain things. But the problem is you have such a lack of things to use. Pretty early into the game, you get all 3 main weapons, which I'm calling weapons, but really it's like, you know, it's the powers, right? So you get the wind power, which is kind of like semi-automatic. You could shoot it fast.
Yeah.
Right? You get the water power, which you push out, and it's like a wave that's like kind of... People are calling it the shotgun. It's not really the shotgun because it functions different, and I'm not going to refer to them like these because I think that is reductive for this game. But yeah, it's essentially the shotgun. And then you get the fire one, which is a single hit that's harder to find ammo for, and it hits and it goes like...
So it's like a magnum.
It's like a magnum / grenade launcher, if you had to call it that, because all these weapons also have a charge where if you hold the shoot button, the wind one you shoot like a bunch in a row. The water one, the wave gets wider and like is more of a blade, so it goes like and it can break shields really easily. And the third one, the fire one, it's like an actual grenade and it goes like and it has a big explosion. The reason why I think this game has some unique elements is because it's a first-person game, and it's people keep saying it's a bit shootery, and I get it, but there's L1 is like a block, like a shield, and there's like a perfect block thing you can do. And then you also get this bow and arrow that you're going to barely use in the game because it's not very good.
Yeah.
And then there's these like reusable sort of special effect piece of paper that you can throw that do certain things that again you'll barely use, but like aesthetically the game's cool in this like Tokyo that's full of little weird monsters and yokai and things and ghosts is like a neat concept, but ultimately the story is like, oh, I gotta save my Emoto, you know. It's like it takes these cool ideas, like in the cutscenes you're gonna be like, yo, or there's parts where like the world goes fucking crazy because like, whoa, weird supernatural cool design art shit, right? But the story that it's attached to is not very interesting. The world and the characters that are in it are not very interesting. The villain, while cool looking, boring. Like, it's just like so much of this game. And then like it's got this big sort of, or not big, but like it's got this open world, which is going to have, it is fairly generic, but has elements that are really cool. But it's just bogged down by like the fact that it's not a particularly interesting game and you don't get new mechanics added over time. Like you know, and I saw this game being compared to Ghost of Tsushima, where it's like, this is a game about Japan by Japanese people, unlike Ghost of Tsushima, which is about Japan by white people. And it's like, and this uses Japanese stuff more or better. And I'm like, okay, well, both of these things have to sacrifice accuracy or paying close to things for the sake of gameplay.
Katanas weren't around for like 200 more years.
Well, no, it was haikus.
No, it's katanas as well.
Oh, damn.
The katana at the time that invasion happened, Japanese people were using like spears and halberds and shit.
Right, but it's like sometimes you have to, you know, sacrifice accuracy for things being more interesting.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like a bad thing, and it also said like the big thing that fucking the only reason people like Ghost of Tsushima is because it's super high budget. Which, no. Like I think it has a good story, but more interestingly, the minute-to-minute gameplay of that game is good. It has a very in-depth combat system that keeps adding shit over the course of the game.
At the beginning of the game, it has a really interesting waypoint system that gets annoying by the end of the game.
Of course, right?
But at the beginning, it's like, whoa, this is really cool. It feels like an active world.
Yeah.
Well, the fog of war, also the wind being like the way you find your way to
markers, the wind, yeah.
Foxes and birds that like direct you to interesting things.
Yeah.
But then by the time you get through the whole game, you're like, actually, I'm fucking tired of this.
Yeah, like, you know, at 100%, but I think it's still like a fairly good 100%, and I think it's still like a, you know, we both really like that game.
It wasn't bad enough that I wouldn't play the game ever again.
Yeah.
Or even do all what I did before. Like, I probably wouldn't 100% everything.
But you'd maybe
I would do
play
all
through
the
the
stuff
entire
with,
story.
like, I wouldn't go do all the
some
haikus and stuff.
But
like,
you might do all the bandit camps, because all the bandit camps are extremely well designed in that game, where in other games they're really annoying.
I would do all the foxes again, because you get a really good charm at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'd do
all the parkour sections again, because there's like 8.
Unfortunately, I would have to do the things where you get in the bathtub or in the spring and reflect.
Yeah.
Because it increases your max health.
But also, like, I think the use of like haikus in that game, I think, are really, like, you don't necessarily have to do all of them to want to do some. You know what I mean?
And also you can just mash your way through it.
Yeah, if you hate it.
Yeah, if I've already done it, I've already made the haikus that I care about. I could just be like, death, life, pussy.
Yeah, or like, you know, but like I liked that element because it's like adds this change in pace into the gameplay, right? Like you're like, you know, in a game that's very frequently has you feeling frantic.
There's these small moments
of like,
I'm gonna go chase a fox. I'm gonna go sit here and relax and reflect on my choices in life.
Which I like. And this game kind of has like these yokai and stuff, but it feels so much more generic. And again, like, what I like about Ghost of Tsushima is it keeps handing me more things. It's like, oh, you've mastered this. Here's a new stance that you use on different enemies. And you're going to be, by the end of this game, swapping stances all the time, dealing with tons of enemies, and blocking and guarding and switching stances and, like, countering and parrying and throwing shit.
And then also, like, super moves and shit. Like,
exactly.
I'm going to light my sword on fire.
Exactly, right? And this game, by the end of Chapter 2... you have everything. Like, in 20 hours of this game, you have pretty much everything, but your skill tree is not full. Because everything's expensive and annoying, and it feels like some of that shit where you're like, I wish I just had this.
Yeah.
Like, why is this just not here? Like, oh, you regain health when you kill enemies a certain way, and it costs fucking 1.5 level ups of skill points, and you're like, why? Like,
yeah.
Or like when you do the melee attack, you gain ammo. And it's like, okay, why is this something I have to fucking buy?
It's a Doom Eternal thing you can just get, that you just get in the game.
Yeah, right? Like, you know, and it just like, it feels like everything in it's super expensive, like to the point where I am at the max level up in the game because I was doing post-game shit. And like, there's still a lot of shit I don't have because you can get skill points in a couple different ways as well. But in terms of XP, like, I cannot level up any further.
That's weird.
Yeah. There are skill point pickups is why. There's like a collectible.
There's kind of the same thing actually in Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Where I hit max level.
Yeah.
And I don't have all the abilities. I had, because there you get skill points from doing side quests. So to 100% the game, or to like get every ability in the game, you have to do like every side quest in the game as well.
In this game, it's like there's these So one of the points in the plot is like you're this guy, and then you'll have another guy in your head who's like formerly was a paranormal detective type guy, right? And so you can find his case logs throughout the city, and picking up his case logs gives you, I think, either 2 or 1.5 level ups worth of skill points. So like if you collect all of them and hit max level, I think maybe you can get everything.
Yeah.
There's also areas of the skill trees that are blocked by locks that you need 3 or more magatamas to get, which magatamas you get by finding yokai and taking their power.
Okay.
Which is neat, but they repeat too much and throughout the map, and I haven't done all of them. There's also a thing that I kind of really liked about the game when I was playing it at the start, and I think I still kind of like it, is there's all these spirits throughout Tokyo.
Yeah.
You know, ghosts or whatever, that like you can absorb into little katashiros that then you go to a payphone and you can put them in, and what I like is like instead of it being like a random pickup, there is an explicit number of spirits, and it's like 240,010. Like it's some like weird number.
That's a lot.
But they're not individual pickups. Like sometimes you can pick up, depending on like what you get them for, you can pick up up to like 300 or 400 in one little doll.
Yeah.
Right. Are you petting the Takadachi?
I was petting your foot a second ago as well.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's a lot of spirits to absorb. Yeah. It is nice that you can get them in larger quantities, but also then it's like, why even give me the large quantity?
Because because each one represents a whole ass person.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, because everyone in Tokyo has disappeared, which has a higher population than 240,000. But like, you know, there's like an element, I think, of like some of the spirits are doing other things. But
you've also said it was the population of like Shibuya.
Yeah, I mean Shibuya has millions of people. Like Tokyo's huge.
I know.
Yeah.
But still, it's
do you know? Okay, and you know what? Another point off this game's review score is Kabukicho is not in the game.
Horrible.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, I'll go to Kabukicho because it's the real world equivalent of Kamurocho.
Yeah.
And I know that place better than the city I live in right now, sadly.
The city you live in is a lot bigger than Kamurocho /
Kabukicho. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like literally when I was back in the day, when I was dating my ex, we were going to maybe take a vacation to Japan. And I was looking at a hotel and I was like, wait a second, this is the hotel they added in Yakuza 6 in Theater Square. It's right there.
That's silly.
I'm such a fucking loser, dude.
Yeah. So out of a number score,
out of a number score, I would say that Ghostwire Tokyo sits comfortably somewhere in between the 5 and the 10. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be like, it's a 7.5 right in the middle. It's a game that has a lot of unique elements and like is visually really cool, and like there's really awesome parts, and I like that the ending is you're in Tokyo Tower. That's cool. Mm-hmm. There's cool shit in this, but it's not a good video game. It's fairly interesting. I don't know, maybe it'll speak to you. I played a ton of this game. I've played over 20 hours of it, but like I don't know if I'd recommend it. If I had it physical, I would let Ian borrow it, but I have it digital. Also, the fucking prologue thing, oh my god, gives you so much extremely necessary context to the story and world.
Yeah. Yeah,
they did like a visual novel prologue that's a separate download. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. But like, it actually tells you the story of, or not the story, but just gives you context for who KK and these other characters are, like Erica. And
he's the singer from Animal Crossing.
Fuck you. And the other characters that end up being the most important characters in the story outside of the protagonist, the villain, and your sister.
Yeah.
Like those 3 characters only appear in regular Ghostwire Tokyo. Every other main character that's mentioned in the game that you talk to really is in the prologue. Okay. So yeah. And I didn't do all the choices in the prologue, so there might be even more context in the prologue than even I got, because maybe, I don't know. I had a sneaking suspicion that depending on the choices you make, it actually actively changes the case that you're on in the prologue, but I could be wrong. But anyways, yeah, so I would give it maybe check it out on sale out of 10.
Yeah.
Like if you're hungry for an open world game that's not going to take 100 hours, then maybe I'd recommend it. If you're hungry for like, man, I wish Tango Gameworks made a fucking game that's just unequivocally good, this isn't it. They haven't made one because Bethesda sucks. Maybe
They did. No, they for sure did. Like I think we
Tango,
don't know
the 3 games they made: Evil Within 1, Evil Within 2, and Ghostwire.
Oh, you mean Tango Gameworks?
Yeah.
I mean, like Bethesda. I feel like since the death of Robert Trump.
Yeah.
And the acquisition by Microsoft.
Oh no, Bethesda's made good games. I would say the games that Bethesda makes that are the best are the ones by id, Machine Games, and Arcane. Like I don't love the Dishonored series, but I know they're good video games. And Deathloop slaps. And then I liked the Wolfenstein games. I didn't play the more recent ones, which I heard weren't good. But the first 2 were good.
I've heard very differently.
Yeah.
Well, like I heard, like Blake tried to play them, he didn't like them. I was going to play them, and then I just wasn't able to.
So
because of dumbass fucking Steam bullshit.
So the what was it called? The New Order and then Wolfenstein 2. I think it's called like something Colossus. I played the New Order. The New Order's good. The second game I only played a little bit of, but I heard really good things.
Yeah, and then they put out New Blood, which looked like...
You mean Youngblood?
Youngblood, yeah. Which looked like could be a cool concept, and then it was just filled with Borderlands bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Doom and Doom Eternal are both apparently very good games.
Yes, they are.
Just anything made by mainline Bethesda isn't good. I don't know. I don't want to stand by that.
I would.
Bethesda.
Since Skyrim, they haven't really put out a good game, but also they haven't put out a game since Skyrim.
What about Fallout 4?
Never mind. Since Skyrim, they haven't put out a good game.
I'm telling you, if Bethesda hadn't acquired a bunch of those companies, I would say Bethesda unilaterally puts out games I don't like.
Yeah.
But because they've acquired some people whom I really like, I'm gonna say they've put out some good games. I kind of want to see Tango fucking step out from Bethesda, because I want to know, is Bethesda the problem or is Tango just a poorly run company? Like, because I felt like the problems with Evil Within 1 were like, it's new, and like you've got this Japanese developer dealing with a Western publisher, maybe, because Shinji Mikami made some great games at both Capcom and even at Platinum.
Yeah.
But he left Platinum to do Tango, and I think Tango has made shockingly few games that are all pretty not great.
Yeah.
Evil Within 2, I would say, is the best of the 3, and even still, that took a horror game and made an open world game, and it's like, it has flaws because of that, but it's at least interesting. I'm sorry, I've talked about this a really long time.
It's all right.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Elden Ring?
So since the last podcast we did,
yeah,
I beat Elden Ring.
I thought you beat it before the last podcast.
We didn't really talk about it. Because I beat it and then I beat it again.
Oh, okay, you've re-beaten it.
Well, I did my New Game Plus run. Game is super fucking short on New Game Plus. You get to keep most of your key items.
Nice.
Like so you fill out a map throughout the game, and you get to see everywhere on the map. You lose all your bonfires because you can teleport to them. So they don't want you to teleport to the end game area without going through the path line of the game, but you keep all.
So what you're saying is the New Game Plus on this game is worse than the New Game Plus on Chrono Trigger?
I don't know, because I never played that. But you can, your markers that you put on the map you stay there. So it's like,
that's cool.
You can find a pathway through the game in like 10 bosses right now.
Oh man, I would fucking
without glitching.
I would hate that because I'm somebody who puts a marker on the map, gets the thing, and takes it off the map, so my map's not full of markers.
Oh, see,
that would fucking kill me. And then I start New Game Plus and I have nothing. Oh.
In the launch version of the game, they didn't mark where NPCs were, so I was leaving markers around for that. but now they tell you where the NPC is.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, there's some really cool bosses towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like this guy. So unfortunately, he does not utilize the fucking stand he has.
Oh, okay.
That's like a wolf thing that like hangs on his like back the whole fight.
He doesn't utilize it?
Not in a way that he doesn't like JoJo it. It doesn't like it just kind of hangs out there.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah. And so then midway through the fight, once you get him to like half health.
Yeah. You kill his dog thing?
Well, you start a cutscene where he just like kills it in this like really weird way. So it's like, oh, I'm all down, I'm hurt. Also, my knees be out.
Yeah.
So like the wolf, it's like, ooh, maybe he's gonna fight. It looks like like it comes into a corporeal reality.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think like, oh, it's gonna be like a double fight now or something. And then he says, "You did me a good service," and then it just cuts. And then he's killing it. And he loses his armor somehow. And here's the fucking thing. He becomes a Tekken character.
He just gets really tall and starts doing combo?
No. Yes and no. He was already taller than you, but he had like that big axe at the start of the fight. Now, in the second phase, this is the coolest boss of the game. He goes fucking like demon mode.
He looks like Heihachi.
Yeah. It's like, what if it's like Heihachi and fucking Geese Howard just beat the shit out of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
He looks like that is like a pose Heihachi would do, too.
Yeah. I'm trying to get out of the cutscene.
Which isn't to say he invented the, like...
Yeah, so he, like, and he does that. It's like...
yeah,
the first time I got him to this phase, he literally just fucking, like, 10-hit combos.
You know what? I just realized...
Also, he, like, can break the earth.
Okay.
What'd you just realize?
I just realized...
Yes, this move! He fucking power slams you!
That's awesome.
It's so fucking
The meme
cool.
I sent you about Elden Ring or Souls or whatever, where it's like the Galaxy Brain meme, where it's like big monster enemy is like P-Brain, and then it's like guy who's the same size as you with like cool armor. Yeah. And then it's like it gets to like regular guy with no shirt, no weapons, no armor.
Yeah. This guy, he is so fucking cool, and he just kicks the shit out of you.
That's awesome, dude.
It is so good, and then the game's on a downhill spiral.
Yeah, that's where it hits its peak.
Yeah. So the final boss, you beat this guy.
Yeah. And
then it's like, oh, cool. Because of the angle I'm at, the mouse is a little laggy. Sorry.
That's fair. Don't worry about it.
So obviously I'm going to skip
He's on the opposite end of the room from the PC, so the Bluetooth is getting weaker.
So yeah, you like walk into the Elden Ring, like to the tree, and you just meet this like this. I think this is a really cool design. It was like the embodiment of the ring, and they've been fractured, so they're like missing parts of their body.
I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Oh, it's just a person.
Oh,
I
thought it was a creature.
No,
because of the gray. I think it's the gray skin and the gray background.
Yeah.
We're like playing with my eyes.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
Yeah.
Nier.
Kind of.
Yeah, especially with like the dark.
Yeah, the Shadow Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see the Elden Ring logo is like emblazoned inside of their body.
Yeah, except the Shadow Lord's cooler.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah, so thank you, Shadow Lord.
So you just
the fucking Kanye speech. It's like, oh yes, Shadow Lord. So,
yeah, but this is like similar to the other guy where it's like shirtless dude.
Yeah, he's a less cool shirtless dude though.
Yeah, the fight is kind of like a little weak in comparison to the Horaloo fight.
I mean, I feel like I beat this first try.
Yeah, he just has like really annoying moves, and this guy's playing very well.
Yeah. I mean,
towards the second half of the first phase,
it's a 13-minute long fight
because it's two bosses. Well, so they're showing off the whole ending. So you beat this guy, he gets like more powerful moves, he combos a little more, it does big explosions. But then I fucking hate this fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because this first part I'm like, really cool. Like it's fun to fight this guy like this. It's just like a one-on-one. All Dark Souls games pretty much end in fights like this. or the good ones. I mean, like
in Kirby, there's a guy who hits the ground and makes parts of the ground not walkable, and it's annoying in the fight, especially because like when you fight the harder version of that character, it becomes a wider and wider space that you can't walk on.
Yeah. So then you beat this guy. That was stupid of this guy to do because he can't actually bleed the final boss. So then
I think he was just doing it to look cool.
Maybe. He's like, this is my successful run.
Yeah.
So yeah, then the boss just disappears. And this, like, it's a cool cutscene. It looks really pretty. It gives me like, but it gives me like kind of you've seen Howl's Moving Castle. Not Howl's Moving Castle. What the fuck is it? Princess Mononoke?
Yes.
The fucking monster that comes out when they kill the deer.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with a little more like sparklies. Yeah, so the fucking dude just turns into a sword, and then you fight the weirdest looking final boss I've ever seen. And it's just kind of annoying. Like, it's not a fun fight. It's like it was on like the high that it went up was like, oh fuck, it's so cool, and then you get to this guy and it's like all the way down. And he's an annoying boss fight. It runs away for like most of the time, and then like you kind of just have to keep dodging. It doesn't utilize the mechanics. I think
it looks less cool than the final boss of Kirby, TBH.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if like the first boss you were made to fight against him on like your feet, but then the second boss, I wish I could bring my horse in there and it could have been like a horse fight.
Yeah.
Like, utilize the horse instead of it just being like, oh, you just gotta run around a
lot.
lot.
Or like do a thing where the final boss has like an interesting game mechanic.
Yeah.
Like a unique one. Like how the final boss in Earthbound, you just have to pray.
Yeah. There's like a final boss. Every Souls game has like a boss that's just incredibly hard that you have to go out of your way to get to.
How do you feel that you know that like there'll never be a better ending to a video game that is both mechanically interesting and emotionally devastating as ending Eve of Automata?
We don't know. Yoko Taro is still out there.
His next game.
I actually don't. I think that is peak. I don't think there is actually.
I don't know if you can make a better fucking last thing in a game than that.
It's like how Yakuza's been on a down fucking turn. Because there's nothing better than Yakuza 5.
Yeah, the ending of Yakuza 5 is so good, thank you.
And then the beginning of Yakuza 6 fucking
sucks. And the ending of Yakuza 6 sucks.
The fact that Kiryu...
I think 7 has a good ending.
The fact that Kiryu goes to prison is fucking stupid. We can't talk about Yakuza.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Yakuza next week. You should play Lost Judgment
this should finish Lost Judgment.
And
because the Kaido Files
I'm going to play the Kaido Files this week.
Okay. Yeah.
So... Yeah, things are on... but also, I don't think Elden Ring... if there's an Elden Ring 2, it's not going to be as good.
I think
Elden Ring 1
FromSoft
should move on
because like
Elden Ring is their magnum opus.
And I think everyone's going to... Not everyone, but I think the entire industry is going to be making games trying to replicate Elden Ring for quite a while. Yeah. And the Souls-like genre in general is still going strong with tons and tons of games being influenced by the Souls genre and the Souls franchise. That like, just like don't waste your time treading old ground. Find a new thing to do.
But it's like it's also you're treading old ground, but the ground is made of fucking gold.
Right, like
But that doesn't mean it's good to keep treading on it.
Yeah, like I think it's like you've reached your peak. Hand it out to the masses, right? Like, be like, now we've made these Souls games. We've started from the bottom. Now we're fucking here.
In terms of like
and like you can take it. And if the fucking rest of the industry can make a Souls game better than Elden Ring, then you leave them with that. You've gifted the industry this thing. Now move on and find a new artistic thing to pursue.
Yeah, with like if I do like the Souls the Soulsborne series, it's like. Fucking Demon Souls is a slight up, but was like very gimmicky, and like a lot of people had trouble with it. Then Dark Souls like shoots it super fucking high up.
Yeah,
like it's peaking. It's like fucking Kilimanjaro over here.
2 goes down.
2
Bloodborne
brings it down
up.
halfway up. I think 2 is still better than original Demon Souls.
Yeah,
Bloodborne shoots it back up above 1. Dark Souls
3 is lower than Bloodborne.
I would say 3 is on level.
Really? I heard it's. I don't think it's like terrible, but I've heard that it's at least like not as high quality as Bloodborne.
I think it's that people were. I think 3 is a much better. I think 3 is good enough that it brings Dark Souls 1 to the level of 3, and that's really all it is. Dark Souls 3 is just a better version of Dark Souls 1.
Okay.
So and then we got Sekiro. I don't even want to put it on the list.
Yeah, Sekiro is let's just say, controversial.
Yeah. And then you get Elden Ring, and I don't like saying it that much because I still like Bloodborne more, but Elden Ring
is still the peak.
Is better. It is the top of the graph. You can't go any higher than this. Anything you do, you've perfected your combat. You've made moving around the world not shitty. You've made open world gameplay better than people who make it all the time.
Yeah.
By not being super obsessed with like constantly guiding you around,
just or the infinite list, or the map full of icons.
Yeah, the map. Well, and also you get to choose where the icons go.
Yeah,
and then like, and you can remove them all at once if you wanted. It's just like you have a big map. You can go anywhere you want. It's not super handholdy, and it's a very easily traveled map. Mm-hmm. You can when you want to summon your horse. It doesn't do the Assassin's Creed thing where you whistle and then it tries to act like the horse is like nearby and comes to you, even though it definitely just teleports to you. Mm-hmm. And then you have to like wait for it to come so you can mount on it. Or Horizon, which does the same, which does it less, where it's like you summon your mount and the mount just casually walks in off screen. Mm-hmm. Fucking Elden Ring was like, we ain't realistic at fucking all. You call Torrent, he appears underneath you.
Yeah.
You instantly get on the horse and go. And it's like, that's what I want. I want in every game now where I have a horse to me call the horse and then just me appear on the horse.
You know what? Something disappointing about Ghostwire Tokyo that you just reminded me of?
What?
That I forgot to mention. Near the end of the game establishes that here's a motorcycle that is immune to the fog. That is causing the problem, and you just ride it in a cutscene. You can't drive it at all.
Oh my god. Did they learn nothing from Devil May Cry 3 to Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah, because at least in 5 it's a weapon and you use it.
Yeah, because they were like, we couldn't figure it out in Devil May Cry 3 and we made it work in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just...
Also, this game's an open world game. Like, having a motorcycle would be cool.
Also, like, Assassin's Creed has, like, actually one really nice thing that they do in Odyssey and they really let you know you can do.
Yeah.
In Valhalla, where if you press the button to call your mount and you keep holding it, your character automatically starts walking towards the mount. But the fucking mount will just still be on its stupid AI path and sometimes start walking away from you.
Red Dead Redemption is the worst at this because your horse has to get to you in real time.
Yeah.
And sometimes can't hear you from certain distance.
So then Horizon, I think, since that they just do it, comes right off screen, I think it should just instantly come to you and Aloy should hop on if you call it. Like, why would I call it to not ride it? Well, I just want it to hang out? Fuck off.
I think in terms of realistic horse game that's really good, Ghost of Tsushima does it really good because you can jump off the horse.
You can jump off the horse in Elden Ring.
No, but like the way you jump off the horse. You can jump off the horse and like land on somebody and it's sick.
You can do that in Assassin's Creed. Valhalla, at least, which came out after, so they probably stole it. Elden Ring, personally, I give it like an 8.
Uh-huh.
But I understand why people would give it like a 9, 9.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I think it's got really cool bosses.
I think Elden Ring, yeah. But like FromSoft, I think either, they are rumored to be going back to Armored Core now that they're a much bigger company.
Yeah.
And I would love to see, like, okay, what is the FromSoft that is now produced one of the largest releases in gaming for a year able to do with Armored Core that the FromSoft that was a tiny company was also able to do.
Elden Ring really did kind of ruin me from going back to Horizon Forbidden West. I think I might have said this. I definitely mentioned it a bunch to my roommates, but there was this meme that someone pointed out where it's like what Ubisoft and like other first person for like open world game devs wanted Elden Ring to be, and it's just like super cluttered screen with like a mini map in the side, a quest thing that's constantly bothering you, like tutorials on how to move and like do things you should know how to do, constantly reminding you. And then at the bottom it says tarnished, where it's like, I should really go slay Godfrey or something. And then I go back into playing Horizon and I walk around for 5 seconds and Aloy is just like reminds me what's going on, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I have a quest log. I don't need you talking to me. I don't need you talking out loud to yourself to remind me what's happening in the game. If I need to remind myself, I can go look at it.
I don't know. See, like in a very overfull game, I can absolutely see the need for like having things like that. I think a lot of people online were criticizing things. Like, Western game designers were criticizing Elden Ring because they're like, oh, well, the UI isn't very user-friendly in a lot of ways, blah, blah, blah. Huh?
I think it is.
Okay.
I think they're just super used to cluttered UIs. But
yeah.
Go on.
I don't know. I think there are... I mean, there's a reason UIs got that cluttered, right? There's... and I think... games like Horizon and especially games like Ghost of Tsushima, I think really found a nice happy medium where you are gaining information by having the UI and these elements that do spell certain things out for you. That does, especially with a linear game, you do want to have these people where it's like, let's say they put it down for a week because a new game came out and they pick it back up. We want these people to be able to experience the story and still be attached to it when the things happen, right? So I think I understand the motives.
I don't think Horizon or Ghost of Tsushima actually have a bad UI.
Yeah.
I don't even think Assassin's Creed has a bad UI. I just think it's that Elden Ring's UI being a little more sparse.
Works for Elden Ring.
It works for Elden Ring. I think it can work for a bunch of other games as well. I think it's just that
people said play with the minimalist UI on Breath of the Wild, and it's like, that doesn't tell me when I'm getting fucking cold.
And also, I hate that shit. That fading UI thing. It's so annoying to me. So Elden Ring has it on by default.
Yeah.
And I know this is how Chris plays, and it drives me fucking insane. Because it's a combat game. It's a game about fighting people. It's not a game about exploration. It's a game about fighting. I want to know where my health bar is at all times. I want to know where my stamina gauge is at. I want to know what my magic is at. I want to know if I am fucking ruined or not.
Yeah, I want those things, but I don't necessarily, like, if I'm in the middle of a fight, I'm happy with my minimap disappearing because I don't need it when I'm in the fight.
No problem with that. Got no issue. But the fucking thing is that Elden Rings, it's like, it doesn't, like, Horizons is good because, one, Horizon is a beautiful picturesque game.
Yeah.
Where it all fades away together. Yeah. And whenever it pops back up, it all pops in together.
But it doesn't pop
Elden
up like...
Ring pops them out, like, if you go, like, if you're in combat, it's all there.
Okay.
So, but if you get hit or you take damage or something, your health bar is the only thing that shows up.
You don't even get the you don't get the stamina or the magic.
Yeah, and it doesn't show you like the stuff you have equipped. Ugh. It doesn't tell you how much runes you have. It's like, just show it all to me or show none of it to me. Fade it all in or fade none of it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely the influence from like Witcher 3, where it's like you had the little like quest log would pop in like right when you have all the UI in, it would have like even like a small description of what your quest is, and then that would fade out, and then like certain things would be more in.
Horizon does the same thing with quest logs, where it only tells you what quest log. Well, it will only
what
show
your
up
active quest
if
is.
You're in the area of the quest. If you are picking something up involved with the quest, or if you just want to see it to remind yourself, you can swipe up.
Yeah.
I think that's very well done. There is the only thing Elden Ring is missing. The one criticism that is correct.
Yep.
The game needs a fucking quest log because I shouldn't have to open up a PDF or some alternative way of keeping track of quests.
Yeah, the game's outside
of the game.
The game's not a 90s fucking adventure game.
I saw people saying that, and I think that's fucking insane.
Like, I get it. I think like you need to pay attention and take notes. Like, I think that's fine. But the problem is I don't think it suits the kind of RPG that Elden Ring necessarily is. And B, like, it's a feature that we have built other features so that we can avoid it, right? Like, the paper notes, like, I think paper notes is cool in a game, encouraging you. Mm-hmm. I think if I made a game where I'm like, I want people to take paper notes, I would have something in the game tell that. And I know that having a piece of UI recommend something you do outside of the game is uncouth, but I think it would make people more okay because they know it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I was making like a point-and-click adventure, or if I was making like a kind of exploratory RPG that takes place in an open area that is small but dense, or medium but dense even.
Yeah.
And I wanted to encourage hand holding paper notes. First of all, I would actually probably try to implement into the game a notepad that you can write or draw into, because I think that would be cool. Mm-hmm. Because again, having features outside of the game isn't always good. But B, I would also like tell people explicitly that they might need to take notes in the game. I'd have a pop-up be like, this, or like in the opening of the game, like when you turn it on, it'd be like, hey, new game, you started a new game. Like, we highly recommend if you want to explore this game to its fullness, that you take somewhat detailed notes when you're exploring, because there are a lot of things that you may miss, and we have included a very minimalist or zero quest log.
I would say minimalist quest log is the minimum.
Yeah.
For Elden Ring, at least. I think there should be a thing where I should open and it should say I should be able to look at an NPC's thing, and I should be able to read a summary of the events of what has happened, or even read important dialogue that was said to me. I don't think it should direct me.
Yes.
I think if I want to find the answers but not by myself, I can always Google it. But I think Googling shouldn't be my first spot to go.
Like, I think for example, like if you have it be like the character, it doesn't put a fucking, if you want to encourage exploration, it doesn't put a boop on your map or tell you exactly where something is, but have it be like, oh, the person said this to you. It's like, oh, when I was walking down the street when I was walking down X street in Y town, I noticed on the floor a fucking thing, and like, and then when you go back and you read the very minimalist quest log, you're like, oh, okay, I have to find on the map or in my exploration this street in this town, and find something.
Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild has a pretty good minimalist quest log, because
it does mark some stuff on the map, but not everything.
It'll mark stuff where Link for sure knows where this is.
Yeah,
but it doesn't do the fucking Ubisoft thing or Horizon thing where it's like, oh, you need to go kill bokoblins or something because you need to go get
crafting materials.
Yeah, you need to go get like a crafting material, or like you need to go pick up something for like an NPC. It doesn't mark every single spot in the whole fucking map where a bokoblin is, where it gets to a point where your
fucking
compass,
annoying.
Your compass is like unusable now. At like, because let's face it, minimaps have kind of died. It's like in a lot of open world games, it's like there's no point of a minimap. You get your compass at the top, and then you get your world map.
I much prefer a mini-map to a compass, though.
I think it depends on the game, but I think if you have a world map that's easily legible, I think it's just fine. But, like, it's so stupid.
I think a mini-map is useful. I think a mini-map is useful because it, like, I think a compass, it's easier to overfill a compass than a mini-map.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because a compass can show you like tons and tons of shit, and I want to see, okay, I'm in the place where I'm supposed to be. I want to see on the minimap which of these people I can actually talk to.
Does Breath of the Wild have a minimap?
Yep.
I was just like, in my brain, I was like Mandela affecting myself. And
people
like,
turn it off.
Breath of the Wild mini. I'm just going to look up UI.
Yeah. Because people turned off the UI, because you can completely turn off UI in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild has like a really simple. Yeah, there's like, see, it's so pushed to the corners. That's what you want. You don't want this fucking shit where it like comes across.
Everything's everywhere, all over the place.
Yeah. Personally, I like mini maps in the top right though.
You like mini maps in the top right?
Yeah.
I don't really have a preference.
I think Monster Hunter has some of the worst UI now.
Yeah, Monster Hunter famously has a bad UI.
Monster Hunter World had really good UI actually, because it wasn't super. It didn't cover a lot of your like. It covered a lot more than you should have. Like you really needed it to. Like it's got like it's got your health bar and shit up there, your mini map, all your tools. Look at me.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize you actually had it.
Minimap, tools, and then like a bunch of quest info.
But yeah, that's a very busy UI.
It's a very busy UI,
but also Monster Hunter is an extremely busy game.
But actually, if you go look at Monster Hunter Rise, which is closer to this is on when you play it on a TV. It looks like this. Yeah. I should go in and like see if I can adjust my UI scale, because on fucking PC. It is so much more cumbersome than this. This is like early level. Actually, if you play a hunting horn, you see,
get more shit.
Yeah, you see like below your stamina bar there, you get like a song list. And it takes up so much of your fucking screen. And you can't turn that part off.
That's great.
Because it's like a memorization.
You know what? Fuck being minimalist. I'm maximalist.
You know that meme where it's like Doom guy is fighting that Dark Souls 3 enemy at Super Mario 64 Castle and shit, but like the whole screen is covered with like, it's got the Overwatch like alt meter, it's got like Apex Legends gun shit in the corner, it's got 4 health bars, 16 monitors,
fucking 6 consoles, 10 PCs, dog cam, cat cam, cat tree, fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it's like maximalist UIs where you can't fucking see anymore. I think Nier's Automatas was really interesting.
Nier Automata is a great UI.
Where you could take it out.
Yeah, you can take the chips out.
Yeah. And then sell them and be like, fuck, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
There's no inventory cap. Why would I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you take out the base. What was it called? The fucking OS.
Yeah. Well, that instantly ends your game.
Instant game over.
Yeah.
Nier Automata doesn't tell you where you can farm certain crafting components, which I think is one of the flaws in that game. But because like to get the last few weapons, you do have to grind.
Yeah, and that's why I just gave up on it.
That's fine. It's like it's not that bad. There's way worse platinum trophies to get than Nier Automata. Like, it doesn't require multiple playthroughs. Well, I don't count the way Nier does multiple playthroughs.
I don't count it either. Because the first playthrough you play as 2B by yourself.
Yeah.
Second playthrough you play as 9S.
The third playthrough is
a continuation of 9S's, but you play as
explicitly new video game.
Then the fourth playthrough
is not
two
really
different playthroughs in one game.
Well, no, it's
okay. Well, actually, because you can teleport, you go back and forth.
You get the chapter select, so
yeah,
it's not the same. You can just kind of chapter select to the last boss and just get the second ending right away.
Yeah.
But then you might forget to do the secret bosses, the Emil bosses. They're really good.
Yeah, but you also you have to fucking grind to get to hit that level as well.
You don't have to grind to get to that level. You just have to get good.
Okay, dick.
It's true, man. I didn't. So I only grinded to get some weapons, but like in my natural playthrough, I going through the game. Well, I did do chapter selects to get all the secret endings, like all the. Because A through E are real endings, and then there's the rest of the letters of the alphabet to Z are...
the only ending I'm missing is the Emil ending, and I feel like it's because I'm too weak.
I think that's ending Y.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one where when you fight that boss, you have to fight that boss kind of twice to get both things, unfortunately. Because at the end of that boss, like a timer goes off. Yeah. For a big explosion, and you have to finish off the boss before the timer. But if you wait for the timer to go, you get a fake ending. So I got both. But also like the Emil boss, to be fair, is like kind of a reskin of an earlier boss that I saw on Reddit a lot of people complain about that I had absolutely no trouble with and beat.
Oh yeah, no, I know what boss you're talking about. Fucking hate it.
Yeah, I don't get.
I didn't die to the boss. I just think it's a bad boss.
Like, I did not get why people were complaining and why people were like, I had to fight that boss a million times as A2. I'm like, what?
I also actually I think the reason why it really sucked for me is my pods weren't upgraded.
Oh, people forget to upgrade the pods, but it's important.
I just think
get all 3 pods.
I just think that boss is. I get it that pods are important to the gameplay. Yeah. But I just didn't like that the entire boss
in the Nier franchise. Especially Nier Automata, slightly less so in Nier Replicant, but still, I think it's vaguely true. If you're not holding down R1 while you're attacking, you're doing the wrong thing. You need to hold down R1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you're not utilizing like the special abilities that can use as well,
then you are playing the game wrong.
But I always just pretty much the one I always choose like in Nier Replicant. I pretty much only use like the Dark Spear ability. Because a fully charged one, you can you fucking annihilate enemies.
No, there is fuck, I forget which one's busted in Nier Replicant, but there's one of them, the Dark Shadow, the one where you go and you lock on to the guys when you fully charge it. That one's actually fucking broken. You can 3-shot some bosses.
Yeah. Nier Replicant actually has like some of the most weird like replay throughs.
Yeah.
Because you have to play through the second half of the game like 3 times.
You actually have to play through the second half like 3 times, yeah.
Yeah, but in the third time, the optional boss
Yeah.
that you were like fighting, or no, not optional, the cut content boss that came back in Reincarnation, like has like a different end to the fight.
Yeah.
Where in like the first 2 that just kind of dies. The last one you directly kill it.
Yeah.
That one feels the worst too, though.
Dude, honestly, and I've said this before, those 2 games, like, even with the update, the remake, Replicant still doesn't play as good as Automata. Like, and I don't think that's like it's terrible. I think
it's still very good. It's just missing that instead of it like adding all of Automata's like special combat stuff, it
adds some. It feels like a lot faster and a lot smoother than the base version of the game. Like they definitely did work on the combat to make it a little better. Like you have air attacks that work in this version of the game.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck. I got like a spear or whatever. And I was always like, big sword or small sword guy. And I'm like, the spears are stupid. And then
you play it and you're like, oh no, it's like a completely different moveset.
Then I was using the spear and I'm like, actually this thing's amazing and does more damage than my sword. Yeah. And has a higher DPS and it just allowed me to like melt enemies. Yeah.
My favorite element of the Nier franchise that I think other games should take is weapon stories. I know like you're not I'll read everything in the game guy.
Yeah.
But weapon stories to me is so genius because it's a thing where you're doing double incentive, right?
Yeah, I think
you're incentivizing me collecting shit and doing side missions to upgrade my weapons to learn more story if I'm a story guy, and if I'm a combat guy, I'm upgrading my weapons, and as a bonus, it's motivating me to read more story because I'm getting it when I upgrade my weapon.
As a weapons guy, I think what I really want more in games where you upgrade your weapons is additional effects added onto the weapons.
Automata did that better than
yeah, but it wasn't. You got that by adding in chipsets and shit, like the weapon beams and stuff.
Oh, dude, the weapon beams chipset is so good.
Yeah, it's busted.
It is fucking busted. Yeah, but it's also really good.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, I think that would be cool if that was just on a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like how if you get the engine blade in Automata, it changes the aesthetic to Final Fantasy aesthetic?
I never used it. I did upgrade it fully. I just never used it.
There's one that's a Dragon Quest one too. The thing that I like to say about the engine blade weapon story is that it's more character development between Noctis and his dad than you get in actual Final Fantasy 15.
Jesus Christ. Yoko Taro should be in charge of a Final Fantasy
That's
game.
what I've been saying. I said 16 should be him, but now we have a 16 on the horizon that's not his. Final Fantasy 17 should just be Yoko Taro's baby. Like, give him fucking a blank check. Give him the entire GDP of Japan.
Yoko Taro is the Hideo Kojima of JRPGs.
Yeah. And I love him for it. I haven't played the Voice of Cards games yet. I own one of them, but I haven't played. I played the demo. But I feel like the Voice of Cards games are not him going into full despair mode unless it's that the stories of, I believe, this trilogy of games that are coming out are interconnected, where if you play all of them you realize how much despair there is.
Do you think fucking Final Fantasy 16 is about to have a restarted dev time?
I doubt it.
Because Unreal Engine 5 is just coming out?
I doubt it because it wasn't announced to be on 5.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think it's even on Unreal, is it?
It's Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Unreal Engine 4. This is my bad.
So I don't know if they're gonna restart dev on it.
Probably not, unless it's transferable like easily. Probably not.
Oh yeah, if it's transferable easily, which I think they work their asses off to do, then maybe they will.
Yeah.
So those Unreal 5 demos look really good. And Final Fantasy 16 the graphics of it don't look great.
Ooh, we should be getting news about it soon.
16?
Yeah.
According to some leak.
Directly on Wikipedia. As of fall 2020, for Final Fantasy 16, as of fall 2020, basic work on development and game scenarios was complete, and work was continuing on large-scale resources like boss battles and development tools. By July 2021, Yoshida reported that the storyline was almost completed and voice recording for English and Japanese was in its final stages. He also stated that it might skip the 2021 Tokyo Game Show, which it did, wishing to only reveal the game when it was further polished. At the end of December 2021, Yoshida announced that issues related to COVID-19 had delayed the game's development by half a year, and that more details would be announced in spring 2022.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So we should be getting some news in the next few weeks.
All right, Yoshi P, I believe in you. Naoki Yoshida.
Yeah, Yoshi.
His nickname is Yoshi P.
Yeah, he is Yoshi P. Don't people kind of hate him as well?
No, people love him. He's the guy who made fucking Final Fantasy 14 a video game. Like a real video game instead of a broken one.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I was thinking of the wrong guy. There's someone that involved with a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff that people just don't like.
Probably Tetsuya Nomura is who you're thinking of,
Nomura,
the Kingdom Hearts guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy who also designed all the main characters of Final Fantasy 7 and wrote a big chunk of Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are maybe a bit too harsh on Nomura, but you know how it is. People either love or hate you. Nobody can be like, this person has a lot of talent and sometimes makes good things and sometimes makes bad things
Looking
with
at
that
you,
talent.
Cliffy B.
Cliffy B has very little talent.
He was just very good at selling himself.
Yeah.
And then he was bad once he left Once he left Epic, he fucked himself over.
I think it's so funny what ended up going on with that. But let me just see real quick. What else do you have, Ian? What do you have for me? Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Do you want to just blast through some of my other bullshit?
If you want to blast through it.
Okay.
I could really quickly talk about I've been watching Lupin again.
Yeah.
Part 5 sucks.
That's fair.
It's about Lupin fighting the internet scenarios, and it's like, no, man.
Do you want me to give you
modern.
Do you want me to give you my high dive password so that you can watch part 6?
I'm just gonna steal it.
Okay.
I think it's fuck them. By the way,
what?
That if I VPN it,
yeah,
I can watch it on Crunchyroll.
Wait, what?
Part 6 is available on Crunchyroll in the States. But
is it?
Part 6 is only available on High Dive in Canada.
I thought it was available only on High Dive for both.
I've heard that it's on Crunchyroll in the States.
Okay, I heard that it was only on High Dive for both, but it might be on Crunchyroll maybe in
I'm just kind of
or
pushing through Part 5 because I'm like, I want to watch it.
Okay.
It's still Lupin, but it's just every single time when it's they explain their life.
High Dive
process.
also has a lot of the Lupin movies.
Yeah, I've seen most of them.
Okay.
Actually, that's a lie. I've seen the first. Seen the Blood Spray of Ishikawa Goemon.
Yeah.
The best one. And Castle Cagliostro.
Yeah.
So, 3 out of the 20.
Yeah.
I've also been, it's just so stupid. The first thing is about him, fighting. He, steals from online drug dealers who ran, a fucking website where you could buy drugs, but guess how you bought the drugs? Cryptocurrency.
Okay, so that's just the real world. That's just how it is.
It's just so boring and lame. And then they create a Twitch live streaming service called the Lupin game where they want to where they're trying to live stream people kill Lupin, and it just gets so involved. It's so tech fucking. It's so Web 2.0, 3.0 shit.
Yeah,
it's fucking annoying.
So what I like about Lupin is one of those shows that takes place what year is it?
Archer.
Like Archer, but I think Lupin influenced Archer, not
probably.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying for Western audiences.
For Western audiences, or the DC universe sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where you're fucking look at Gotham City and you're like, what fucking year is it?
Yeah. Where everyone else around Goemon is literally a samurai.
Yeah.
Goemon, when they created his character, is out of time. Yeah. Now
for the 60s, Goemon's a weird guy to hang out with.
Yeah, now Jigen is this old fashioned dude who smokes normal cigarettes, scoffs at people who vape, and fucking doesn't like using cell phones. And Lupin's the same, where he's like, I don't give a shit about the cell phone nonsense. But then Fujiko is just like, whatever, it's fine.
Fujiko would be the one that modernizes the most because she's like cool.
Yeah. Or she's the one who's not in her own bubble. Where like Jigen and Goemon, despite the fact that Goemon
go around the world,
like leaves a lot, he's always with Lupin and Jigen.
Yeah.
Like Lupin and Jigen are two old men, two old souls who refuse to adapt.
Yeah.
Same with Zenigata. The people are like, we have this fucking like super sick like DNA sequencing stuff that like could help us determine wherever Lupin is in the world. And Zenigata's like, no, it does not work against Lupin. Only I understand Lupin's brain, and it's so funny that it's true.
Yeah, like the thing with that is like what you should do is, again, when you take place in like a weird time, you should just hint at, like, you can have the internet exist, just don't focus on it. Mm-hmm. Just like don't talk about it much.
You have the internet exist. You have like Fujiko looking at
you could have like, if Lupin needs to get a hold of somebody, he could pull out like a modern looking cell phone and call somebody on it.
Yeah,
and have it just function that way, where you're like, oh, he's driving like an old ass looking car, but he has and all the cars look kind of old to match the aesthetic of the show.
Yeah.
But he can still pull out a fucking iPhone. Like, just have it be that thing where it exists in this weird time instead of focusing too much on the internet thing. I think the woman called Fujiko Mine, despite the fact that it's an extremely horny show for one being made by multiple actual women,
bro, the opening
works really well. The
opening of Lupin the Third Part 5 is so horny for like Fujiko. Like, of course it always is.
Yeah.
But Part 4 is just like the James Bond black silhouette where like she's got her huge titties just bouncing around. Yeah. But Part 5 is just Lupin being like, I want to fuck this woman so badly. But then,
so would I.
Yes, the credits for Part 5 have this like really beautiful, like somber tone about Lupin and like Fujiko finally having these like beautifully like romantic moments together, and her inevitably leaving him because when she decides to be with him, he stops being himself. Yeah. The thing that makes Lupin is the chase. Without that, he's just a normal suave man, and she thinks it's annoying. Yeah. So she wants the most fuckable version of Lupin to her is the guy who wants her, and she'll give it up every once in a while. Yeah. But as soon as it's like that's my lover, she's like, oh god damn it.
Yeah. So she has commitment issues.
She has commitment issues. So does Lupin, though. Where Lupin has commitment issues with other women, and will use other women all the time. Like how he uses Rebecca Rossellini in Part 4, who is an amazing character. Yeah. She's just like this rich kid who wants to be like Lupin, and it's like, oh, the whole thing is going to be like she's incompetent. And she's like, no, she's actually as competent as Lupin is.
That's great.
Yeah.
But like I did like the kind of interpretation of their relationship from Cagliostro. Yeah, where it's like she's almost like his ex-wife that they still are in touch.
Oh, it's totally the ex-wife thing.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like that's how they've been going with it since then.
Okay, that's cool.
But like Lupin
in
is
part
like,
one, the TV show, it's like he's still chasing after her. Like, and they're still in that like
part. I've been watching Part 2 actually.
Yeah,
because I think the English dub is really funny.
Okay, if you get High Dive, they have a brand new, for the first time ever, dubbed Part 1. So I think they might be using the current voice actors.
Part 1 in the Japanese. In the Japanese. I think Part 1 is just too old. Yeah. It's that
I watched half of Part 1 and I remembered enjoying it, but like it's not like amazing.
It's that classic animation.
It's like really old. Yeah. It's like watching Scooby-Doo.
And it's very childish in the way that Lupin tricks people. They're like actually fucking stupid. Yeah. Where in Part 2, it's like Zenigata is constantly playing like this game of chess with him. Yeah. Same with everyone else. And also Part 2 has the best voice actors for all of them. Like Michelle Ruff as Fujiko. I think Tony Oliver is Lupin. But Richard Epcar is still fucking has been Jigen for like 40 years. I was watching like Lupin the Third like out of context clips, like English dub shit. Yeah. And it's always really funny. But every single time I hear like Chris Sabat and Sonny Strait playing like Lupin and fucking Jigen.
Yeah, because it's mostly the same cast. It's been mostly the same cast, but
there was some Funimation dubs.
Yes, because Fujiko Mine I think was a Funimation dub, and maybe Part 4 was as well.
Yeah.
But so they had Chris Sabat as Jigen, who I think does an okay job, but I mean Richard Epcar is like one of my fucking favorite
is so fucking good. And
he plays a similar role in Ghost in the Shell.
Really?
Yeah.
He is. You know what's funny? Did you ever watch Lupin the third part the first yet?
I have not seen the movie.
Man, they made Jigen so fuckable in that one.
Yeah.
Like, not like obviously you can always find Jigen attractive, but they gave him like beautiful eyes.
Oh, hiding behind his hat, he's got beautiful eyes.
He's like, you can see them a lot more because the hat is like actually 3D. Like a thin, 3D. So there's he looks like if he tried, he
would be a Bishi boy.
Yes, he is a Bishi boy. That's exactly what it is, and he's supposed to like look older than Lupin. He's supposed to be like Lupin Sully. But I think in the modern versions of it, they're just like, no, they're both like two men in their early 30s.
Yeah.
And then Zenigata was all supposed to be like the same age.
Like, I thought Zenigata always came across a little bit older.
In Monkey Punch's like rendition, the original comics,
the original manga.
That Zenigata is supposed to be like a cop who's been rising through the ranks to stop Lupin.
But in the animation, they
animation
made him
starting,
a bit older.
I think, in part 2, they said no, Zenigata's a man in his 40s.
Yeah, I felt like even in part 1, like the Miyazaki era, he comes across older. Especially like Cagliostro, that's the Miyazaki directed one, and like he comes across older there. But that's also because Lupin's trying to fuck a child.
Damn, fucking Richard Epcar voiced Joseph in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4.
Dude, Richard Epcar is amazing.
He's so good. His voice is just like so unique and recognizable, and he also can change it up in like a good way.
I think Richard Epcar and Jameson Price, I forget what his actual last name is, have very similar voices. If you don't know who the second person is, he is the voice of Daddy Nier in Nier, and he's also the voice of I
think he's done a bunch of voices in Naruto as well.
Yeah, but he's I would say most people would know him as oh my god, he's hot.
I know, right? But then in comparison
he's the
to
voice,
like the anime,
he's the voice of Coffee Dad in Persona 5 as well.
Oh yeah. In like comparison to the anime, this is even like in the newer stuff when he does look better. Like this is around like the Part 4 animations.
Oh, that's hot.
He's always hot.
Yeah,
but he's like,
man, there needs to be Lupin the Third video games. So that just the one.
Oh, this is him in like during the Part 5 animation. The animation is so crisp,
dude.
Lupin is actually
Lupin is so like because it's got that
deserves the attention that JoJo gets.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
because like Lupin is this like very kind of old school aesthetic that I really dig. Like, I think it comes across very unique to see, Lupin designs on the shelf next to, the new anime shit that everything looks the same.
I also like that Lupin is trying to remain. Like, I think that's also a part of Part 5 I don't like. Part 4 had these, like, all the new characters, like Rebecca Rossellini, the MI6 guy, they all felt like Lupin characters still. But then the hacker girl that they rescue at the beginning in Part 5.
I think I remember you showing me her, and I was like, yeah, she doesn't match the art style.
Yeah, also they dropped the Part 4, like, thick outline style and, like, very colorful stuff where Lupin's the most colorful person in every scene now.
Again, Fujiko Mine is extremely horny, and if you don't like that, you might not want to watch it. It's very TVMA, but it's so gorgeous. Because it's the same director that would go on to do Yuri on Ice, and it's one of the designers is the director of Redline. So like, yeah, it's a really fucking high quality looking show. And then also like the movies are kind of based. Part 4 and the movies were based on the aesthetic of the Fujiko Mine show.
Who dubbed Fujiko in the?
I think still Michelle Ruff.
Oh God, thank God, I love her. She's so good. She's one of like my favorite. Under
yeah, do you want to borrow the DVD? I got it somewhere. The Blu-ray right there.
Maybe. I actually brought my PS4 up into my room.
Yeah.
It's because Crunchyroll, my TV, it's a smart TV.
Yeah.
Does not react to Crunchyroll.
Did you try to even go on the website instead of just look for the app?
I was going through my phone.
Oh, you were pairing your phone to the TV?
I was trying to cast to the TV like you do with Netflix and YouTube. But whenever I do it with my phone, it wanted me to like AirPlay it. And it gets incredibly laggy.
Okay, yeah, because some smart TVs, because in smart TVs you can go into like the App Store.
Yeah, I can't find it on mine.
Yeah, so Crunchyroll is a late updater. Funimation was better at it. That's one thing. Funimation was better at getting their app out there, even though their app's fucking dog shit.
Yeah, and they also haven't fucking ported everything over to the Crunchyroll app yet, which is fucking stupid. Just get to it, guys.
Ranking of King. By the way, if you're looking for good shit on Crunchyroll, check out Ranking of Kings.
Ranking of Kings is also. Oh wait,
really
you said
good.
Crunchyroll. I thought you said Funimation.
Yeah.
First episode of Spy X Family's out. Sorry, Spy Family.
Another really cool, brand new. Or not, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's like incredible, but it's interesting, and you should check it out. The Executioner and Her Way of Life is on High Dive. I got High Dive recently, is why I keep mentioning it, because I'm watching that show, The Executioner and Her Way of Life, and they have Nana. They have all of Nana on High Dive, which that anime is fucking amazing. It's a story. It's just like two women who live in the same apartment, and they're 20. They're not dating or anything, but they all have their own dating life and personal ups and downs, tragedies and comedies to themselves. And it's just like a really good, like 47 episode anime from 2006 that slaps. And everybody should check out Nana if that sounds cool. It's like a josei manga, so like you don't see a lot of that get adapted or even get popular over here.
Yeah.
And the dub's good. I enjoy the dub. I texted Shauna, skinny, tiny Shauna.
You just say, I know which, you don't know the other Shauna. You could just
I
say
do know
Shauna.
the other Shauna. I've met her a few
Hardly.
times. But I don't know.
You wouldn't be like, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I was talking to Shauna. I'd be like, okay, clearly he's talking about the one
who he talks to more.
who lives in Toronto.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so I messaged her because one of the characters in Nana has, like, in the English dub, has a similar voice to her. Because it's basically because she just has a lot of vocal fry. The more I thought about it, because further in the show, I think the actress's more natural voice comes out, which is higher pitched and less fry-y.
We actually, you know what we were talking about yesterday?
What?
George was saying a racial slur that he didn't know was a racial slur.
Okay.
I will say it because it's old. It's a super old one.
Yeah.
Spooks.
Oh, come on. That's also spies.
Yeah, that's why George was getting mixed up. But it is actually, if you look up the etymology for it,
yeah.
It's like it's a slang term for MI6 and CIA operatives, racial slur for black people.
Yeah, but like, yeah,
it's such an old-timey one.
In the modern age, it is more of a slang term for spies, like for intelligence agency operatives, than it is for black people at this point.
We were just talking. I got to say a couple old-timey slurs last night because we were just talking about them, and I'm like, yeah, it's like they're just so old. They lost their meaning.
Like Mick?
Yeah. Fanooks.
And I can say Mick because I'm Irish. I don't know what Fanooks is.
Fanooks is an Italian slur for gay people.
Oh.
Yeah. See, exactly. You didn't even know it. It's like, if not for South Park...
Yeah.
No one would know... No one our age, I think, would know about Coon.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that one, but it's more of a term now, at least. I don't know if it was always this term, but it's more of a term now, at least, that black people call other black people that are
Uncle Toms.
Yeah, like kind of
Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah,
Uncle Ruckus is the modern version of Uncle Tom.
Yeah, like people who kind of will fight against their own shit to make white people more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like Candace Owens.
Yeah.
But I'm still not going to say.
Well, you definitely actually probably shouldn't say that. That was a joke. That was an example that a non-white say. So.
Yeah.
But like
I'm not going to say the word, but I'm going to say like Candace Owens is a black person who fights against the rights of black people. Like, yes, she does.
Anyone who shows Ben Carson.
She, these people get called this by people
Kamala
who
Harris.
can say that. It's Kamala Harris. It's Kamala Khan.
My bad.
But yeah, Kamala Harris. I think Kamala Harris. I'm not black enough to criticize with like that, but yes, I think she's a bad leftist, and I can talk about that. Yeah. But I don't know the black thing because that's not. I know my place. But yeah, anyway.
You want to actually just cut it this week and then
Sure.
talk about the other stuff next week?
Okay, also, you know what? One last thing. A Funimation show that came to Crunchyroll because we were just mentioning it. Skate the Infinity. Skate the Infinity slaps. Watch it. Watch the English dub. It's really fucking funny. It's such a good show. I want to get everybody to watch it because it's incredible. Anyway, that's the end of our show. Did you watch Skate the Infinity?
No, you just keep bringing it up.
I've mentioned it once to you.
Oh my god. Yeah, one too many times.
Okay, I'm going to make you watch some clips from the English dub for that show.
Okay. Congratulations, Ketanji Jackson Brown, for being the first black woman on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully you are actually cool.
Hopefully. Anyway, thanks so much for listening and or watching our podcast. If you want to see the video version, we're at youtube.com/NAScomedy. If you want to follow myself, I'm at The Media Hole on Twitter, at The Media Hole on TikTok, twitch.tv/The Media Hole, and www.whenyourballs.get-stuck-to-your-leg.tumblr.com. Now, if you want to follow Ian, he is at StrugglesV on anything. He recently came under fire for saying that it should be illegal to talk about being gay everywhere. I don't know, something like that. Timely. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.